It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Alright, so if I push this button, that should start the stream. There it is. There it is. How we doing, everybody? How's it going? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. I had to think about it for a minute. It's been that kind of a week. Spaz with the resub over on Twitch. Thank you kindly. Welcome. Xanda with the resub during the countdown. Thank you both. Appreciate you. YouTube crowd, welcome in. Good to see you guys again. It's been a little bit, right? Haven't been online for a couple of weeks. Real life took had a thing, right? We had company in town, and we had to take care of them, and we're back now. Back on what should be a semi-regular schedule for a little bit, so... Really, Gabe? That's interesting. I'm curious to hear that. Now, okay, so now you're going to make me go look at this thing, right? I'll have to... See, I'm curious if anybody else is hearing what Gabe is hearing. I haven't changed any settings, but that doesn't mean crap, because OBS loves to break on you, right? OBS is one of the only pieces of software I've ever worked with in my entire life where you will work with it one day, get everything set just the way you want it, change nothing, close it, and when you come back the next day, something will be broken. You have done nothing, you have taken care, you have touched nothing, and there you go. Well, gosh, Xanda, because that never happens, I'm confused. I'm confused. Am I... Okay, good. YouTube says it's okay. The rest of Twitch chat says it's okay. I say that Gabe is full of crap. That's what I say. That's my assertion, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Anytime you are near or around family or friends or whatnot, right? I mean... So, what's interesting about that, Xanda? I'm looking at the timing on that. That's the first day that picture you just sent me. That's the first day he was here. I'd been home for less than 10 minutes. So there you go. That's true. Gabe is full of crap. Everyone should know that by now, Kyle. Everyone should know that by now. So, guys, listen. Tonight is pretty wide open. I am lazy, and therefore I am still trying to get out of bronze. Yes, I realize this is like the third or fourth week I'm still doing this on stream. But I want to keep at it because I want to get it done. And if I don't do it here, I probably won't get it done at all. With that said, if you want to request something else, I am happy to go play it. So just keep that in mind. If you want to put something else in the queue. In fact, at some point, I will probably pop over and spend some time derping in the Italian destroyers, just for the hell of it. I've pretty much decided that after I'm done with Japanese destroyers for Learn to Play, and I think I finally got a Shimakaze game I'm going to use. It was ugly, it was messy, but it was a win, and I contributed, and I was top XP in my Shimakaze, and it was like, you know what? It took me 3 days of trying to get the one game. I think I'm just going to run with it. Jupiter 40. Are we allowed to play that one now, Grant? I'll have to go figure it out. He did not, Andrew. He did not. But I tell you what, now that you say it, I'm going to go reach out to him. Because if he has a solution for all of this ridiculous problem I'm having, I would love to hear it. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to forget. There we go. So I have now pinged stats in lieu of that. So Minigumo and Jupiter are out. Okay, we'll have a peek at them. All right, that'll be good. We'll have a look at those. And, oh, Brian, what's wrong with Shimakaze? What's wrong with Shimakaze? Not enough. There's not enough love for the Japanese torpedo destroyers. Anyway, so I finally got a game in Shimakaze. I'm going to finish that up. I have decided I'm going to do Italian destroyers next. I feel like they're just so misunderstood. I'm aware, Strange. My point is, I'll ping him on Discord. He can tag me later. It's fine. I'm just this way. I've left him a message, and he'll ping me back when he's awake. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna do Italian destroyers next. That's gonna be my next learn to play series because I think the more I play those, like I think I posted a video just this past weekend, right, where I was playing Avariere in ranked, and just a couple of comments I got on that video. It was just like most people were like, "Oh, I didn't think about that," or "Oh," I had some comment with a guy. I was like, "The big gun bloom is actually not as amazing as you think," and they were like, "Oh, I hadn't thought about that." So I think if nothing else, I want to start that line of videos to start the dialogue, to be like, okay, guys, I think everybody is sleeping on these ships, or at least misunderstanding them. I think we all need to go back and look at them again. Now, with that said, I think so far, based on the experience I've had with the Italian destroyers, the middle tier ones, the 5, 6, and 7, are arguably better than the top of the line. But I don't think that's because of the ships. I think that's because of the matchmakings. So I have had just phenomenal, amazing success with the 5, 6, and 7, and some really good games in the 8. The 9 and the 10 is where I need to spend more time before I make those videos to kind of beef up my understanding of those ships, because there's a lot going on at tier 9 and 10. And Regalo and oh crap, I forget the name of the 9 one. What is it? It's Adriatico. So Adriatico and Attilio Regalo, right? There's just a lot going on up there. Yes, exactly. So Kyle, you're exactly where I'm at. So what I need to, before I try to attempt to explain those ships to anybody else, like I know what I'm doing, I feel like I need to actually know what I'm doing. So I'm going to spend a little time tonight probably trying a game in Cuniberti or 2, and then I want to spend a little bit of time in Regalo and a little bit of time in Adriatico and see if if the way that I play the early Italian destroyers actually applies to the top end of the line, or if at the top of the line you have to start changing your approach, process, how you play them. I think maybe you do, but I have not spent a lot of games in those ships, so before I try to explain that, I need to figure that out. I feel like I have a great handle on Aviere, on Luca Tarigo, and on, what's the 5? Mastrali, right? Those 3 ships I can explain. But and Cuniberti, really. But Cuniberti starts to get more difficult matchmaking. And then at 9 and 10, I'm like, So, anyway, listen. We can sit here and chat. Let me chat for a bit. We'll just get warmed up with a game in the OG here. And then I'll start taking requests. Like I said, I've got tier 6 ships still on special, so we can do some more ranked. I do want to do some more ranked. I should probably try some things that I haven't tried in ranked. I know you guys have put Perth in there. Favorite tier 6 destroyer. I'll have to have a look at that. Welcome in, Ions. And then I'll figure out some other things. So Andrew, I'm having exactly the same problem, right? The Elgato software worked flawlessly for like the first almost 2 years I had it, and then suddenly it crapped on me, and now I've been emailing back and forth with their tech support for the better part of 6 weeks, or so, and the solutions they're telling me are like they don't do anything. They're like, oh, you have to install this. I did that. Oh, well, you have to reboot your machine after you install it. Do I look like a moron? Fine. So I reboot the machine. Hey, look, it didn't do anything. Aren't we all shocked, right? Their tech support has been... I had much better hopes for Elgato. For so long, their stuff has literally just worked. You plug it in, it works great. And now suddenly this piece of software on their back end is just crapping itself, and they don't seem to have any idea how to fix it, what's causing it. And it's kind of like, guys, I didn't change anything on my end. One day I sat down on my machine and your crap quit working. So maybe work on that? I don't know. Thank you, Ions. I appreciate that.
Let's rock.
I've actually been playing a little bit of boats on my own time this week, which is something that I can't say a lot of. Mostly to get that Shimakaze game, which I did finally. So we'll see. All right, I should look at matchmaking. I got a Petro and an Alaska. That sucks. 5 battleships. Gearing, Yugamo. Fletcher. Okay, so a lot of stealthy-ish boys. I am RPF'd over here. Okay.
To Jurassic Park.
Motoro with the follow. Thank you kindly. Okay, we're going to back off a little bit. I don't want to be the first thing that gets spotted, and three of the 4 destroyers in the team outspot me. Marauder with the resub. Thank you so much. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to troll slowly so that the Z46 and I... He's going to have a slightly higher detection than I am. I'm betting it's the Yugamo, though, on their team that has RPF. That's where my money is. I'm going to play behind the Z46 because his smoke hydro trick will allow us to do some shenanigans.
Oh yeah, if it bleeds, I can kill it.
Who was that? Valkyrie with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Yeah, the Yugamo had me RPF'd. So the Yugamo's the one with the RPF over here. Gearing is lit on Hydro. Okay. Our gearing cannot stay there. Our Z46 can't stay there. He needs to be smart. He needs to not get dead. And he got dead. Okay, so we're already down 2 destroyers because other than me, apparently my destroyer core is made of the stupids. The Santander is charging to his death. There's only 3 of us on this entire half of the map, and there are 6 enemy ships. Okay, I'm gonna go hunt the Yugamo because I pretty much have to. Yeah, our Santander has chosen death. But the Yugamo is also over here by himself, so I'm going to go give him a shot. Griffin Raid! Oh, it's Scam Captain! That's right, you told me you were changing your branding. Welcome in! Welcome in, my friend. How you been? Shimakaze is a menace at high tier on console. That's interesting. Well, I gotta say, she was a menace for a very long time at high tier on PC, so you're in good company. But the game has evolved, let's say. Much has changed, and Shimakaze, while still good, is not the bully that she used to be. Alright, the Yugamo is 100% gonna grab this little buff before I can get there. This team is really crappy. We've already... Oh my god. Okay. Right now, I'm trying to hold the... Yep, that's what I was trying to do. Hey, what's up, my dude? I know your smoke is on cooldown, too, so we're gonna have some fun with you. Alright, so I'm in this irritating position where I can chase the Yugamo, but he's not likely to let me. He'll probably back off. Constol is still subjected to the wall of skill from the olden days. Well, I mean, the wall of skill is still a thing in PC too, right? Like, that hasn't changed. All right, so he knows I'm out here hunting him now. He likely also knows that I can probably murder him. The problem I'm going to have is that if the gearing comes for me, I am in a bit of a trouble. Amazing. Our Bilal... I always love watching destroyers get murdered by subs. Like, really? Like, what are you doing? Okay, so somehow I'm... There we go. No, there's an island there. You don't... I'm betting the gearing is coming for me, but I sort of don't care. Yeah, he's in the smoke. He grounded himself up here. Oh, it's in Illinois.
This is a force to be reckoned.
I'm gonna die, but I don't care. If my team's gonna hang me out to dry, I'm taking somebody with me. I'm gonna die, but it's fine.
I'm gonna feel that one.
It's fine. Enjoy the loss, idiots. Let's see. We gotta make sure. Let's see. You suicided. You suicided. You suicided. I don't know what the hell happened on the rest of the map. Super fun. So Altador, the Shimakaze torpedoes have always been highly detectable, right? That's the thing. And one of the reasons that Shimakaze, for a long time, when the game first launched, I'm trying to remember, were torpedoes spotted by planes? They might have added that. For a very long time, torpedoes were spotted by planes. And then in the carrier rework, they took that away. And ever since then, destroyers have kind of like, no, Navy, I blow reports on every game. It's fine. They've kind of gotten away from that. I mean, they took it away, right? But I think when the game first launched, it might not have been a thing. I don't remember precisely. I'd have to go back and check. It's been a very, very long time since I've looked at that stuff. All right, let's have a look at some of the queues, at some of the requests here. Dallas, Spey, Doria. That's an interesting choice. I'll take that for sure. I'll try Rhode Island. Perth, and then we got least and best. Okay, so let's talk tier 6 destroyer. Okay. Vladeshi says my favorite, and Gabe says my least favorite. Now, my least favorite is probably going to be Stored, because I literally can't discern what purpose that boat serves. My favorite is Tough. There's a lot of decent destroyers in this, although Icarus probably also competes for the worst tier 6 destroyer. Maybe even Farragut, although I think Farragut's got more going for her than Icarus. My favorite tier 6 destroyer. That's tough. Alu, I haven't streamed Civ in 2 weeks. You haven't missed anything. You're fine, but welcome back. I don't think I've ever played a game in this thing. What is this thing? Other than wrapped in a snake.
They're,
Quit Tech with a raid!
way.
Thank you so much. Welcome in. Appreciate it. We got some shout-outs for these guys, right? Yes, excellent. Good. Let's make sure we keep the shout-outs going. Gabe, explain to me the difference. Explain to me how least favorite and not most disliked are not the same thing. I want to know. Okay, so it's been a long time, Gian. I knew that. Mr. October with the gifted subs. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Look at that. I've been gone 2 weeks and come back and people are like, have some subs. Really? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Welcome
That's nice.
to Jurassic Park.
I'm going to brutally mispronounce that, so I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to say, thank you for the follow. Least favorite still means favorite. Least favorite. I am super confused, Gabe. Least favorite means most hated. Like that's the same thing. That's their equivalent. There's a little equal sign between those two things. If it's my least favorite, it's the one I dislike the most. One you still like, but the least of them. Okay, all right, okay. All right, I think I see where you're going now. Favorite is tough. There are some good ones. I like Fubu. I like Shinonome. Thanks, Ions. I really like Aviary and the format. I think in the format, this is an amazing boat. I think for now, I'm going to try Aviary, and that'll be my one for Vladeshi. And then we'll come back and do some more Italian destroyer later, because I really do need to have a look at the high tier ones to make sure that I understand what the hell I'm doing. So so the console guys on YouTube are saying even on console the planes can still spot torpedoes. That's interesting. They took that all away out of PC many years ago because carrier planes, as they flew around the map, could be like, oh look, there's some torpedoes, and you would never hit anything with them. And so it meant playing like the existence of more carriers in the game when the rework hit in early 2019 was like an unintentional, maybe it was intentional, but it was essentially a nerf to the Japanese destroyer line. And some of those ships have slowly recovered. Carriers remain, questionably popular depending on the carrier and the tier in question. But like in general, torpedo spotting is obviously lower. There was a time that your little circling spotter planes and fighter planes could spot torpedoes. Thankfully, all that's been removed, right?
It's go time.
Because there was no reason for any of that crap either.
Can't leave my ride behind.
All right, so I am now playing post-nerf Aviere. They have shortened her torpedo range and cut her charges of speed boost from 6 to 4. Now, I'm not convinced the speed boost cut is a massive nerf, but it is a nerf.
Oh, and it got such good gas mileage.
Drew is a clone of Gallant. Okay. Okay, now I'm actually curious about Drew. I'll have to go give that a go. Carrier planes, spotters, and fighters spot torpedoes. On console? That's terrible. How do you even play a torpedo destroyer on console then? That's kind of garbo. Ah, Twill Newfie. Yes, bye. Welcome in.
Time for some fisting.
There's at least, 4 ships going to A. Because they've got at least 1 destroyer in there. 5 ships going to A. So at most, I might see a destroyer here with me. Maybe. Maybe. We will know momentarily. I'm not sure what the Eigla's doing. Feels like he's going to get out there and get torpedoed. Now, you remember last stream, 2 weeks ago, I played this boat. There we go. I played this boat on this map and got to murder an Ark Royal, which was glorious. That ought to kill him. Oh, he's very, very low. And those torpedoes are going in. Now, the Leone is a huge problem. Because that guy has enough health to be an irritating... Okay, the Ramat took care of him. Okay, so what I want to do... I want to finish capping. And then eventually I want to use the Ramat as a spotter to murder the Leone. But for now, I want to get behind cover. Slow guns are slow, but slow guns hit hard. So I'll live with it. I'm betting the Leone dives the smoke. The question is, does he get into the cap before I finish? Or not? We'll find out. Okay. Let's go have a peek now. He's not in the cap. What are we doing? What are we doing? Did he turn south?
Magic 8-Ball says
Where is this guy?
you died.
How did he vanish? Maybe he turned north? The remote is lit, but I'm not. So where is this guy? No? Okay, so he just turned around and ran straight away. Okay, let's go run him down. Oh, there he is.
Leave my ride behind.
Okay, keep the guns on the port side. Pop the speed boost. Let's go close on this guy at 50 knots. What's up, Chaser? When was Aviary nerfed? So, Ron, on PC, Aviary was nerfed just last patch, just about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something along those lines. All right, Igla, there he is. All right, Leone, what are you doing, buddy? You're going to kill my Igla, but the question is then, are you going to live or not? The answer is no, you're not going to live. I'm okay with all of these things. I'm okay with all of these things. All right, so we need to get back in the fight. We've only lost 1 ship. They've lost 3, but they have a clear route into our cap if they want it. I need to get up here and get some torps on this Bayern, perhaps, and hopefully murder the T-61. Let's see what we can pull off here. I don't think the Repulse down south is going to make it. It looks like he's getting tag-teamed, which I'm okay with. The Hayate buffs went through. I got to try Hayate. I have not played Hayate since the buffs went in, and I need to give it a go. Gun range is 6.9 with this on a 6.4 detection. Okay. Yeah, I think the Repulse is going to go out. Maybe, Wayne. I don't know. I missed it. Okay, there's the T. T-61's trying to move up.
I'm not gonna fight you.
There's the Repulse going out. I love all of this. Now, the Igla is not going to survive a gunfight with that guy. But once the Bayern leaves this cap, I'm actually edging up against my detection radius, so I need to be a little cautious here. I don't necessarily want that guy to know that I'm here. But now I can get into the cap, even if the T-61 catches B. I can back cap them. That'll keep the T-61 on his toes. That's fine. You go on and get into B, sir. Okay, time to go.
Can't leave my ride behind.
Bayern is turning around. I don't want him to catch me. I really would much rather go murder the T-61.
Oh, and it got such good gas mileage.
Now, I think, as long as I can catch the T-61 outside of his smoke, that I'll be okay to, I'll be okay here. Yeah, T-61 now in his, yeah, he's going to kill our Warspite. Yep, that's disappointing. His smoke is expiring. He'll have me on the surface in a moment, but then that'll also work both ways. Remember, guys, when you can't see out, smoke blinds you just as much as it blinds your opponent. And as soon as I can get him to fire at me, I can play some shenanigans like this.
Another day, another disembowelment.
There we go. All right.
Hail to the king.
All right, just need to make sure that the Repulse and the Bayern finish their shenanigans, and then I can go do other things. Good tag team with the Ramat there. That worked out. All right. Let's get back into the war. Somehow the Repulse and the Bayern blew their close pass together here. I'm not sure how, but that seems to be what occurred. Well, let's go involve ourselves in this engagement.
Can't leave my ride behind. Time to put on the beer goggles.
This guy's going to burn out. Yep. Repulse ultimately wins that, which I love. Very nice. Avieri doing what he does. Very nice. Very nice. With the nerf, how's it compared to Leone? Avieri is still better than Leone. Avieri has more tools. Leone is all about that alpha strike. The gun reload is so bad. And the gun ballistics are terrible. It's very challenging to get Leone to perform, even in a closed format like this. You know, you can play Leone and you might get a win. I played her and got a win out of the thing a few weeks ago, but it's incredibly difficult. Like, it is not easy. All right, with that done, I'll take Gabe's other end of the spectrum kind of thing. We've been talking about Japanese destroyers. Do I do Fubu or Hatsu? I think let's try Hatsu. Hatsu is the stealthier of the two. She's 5'8", which for tier 6 is pretty amazing. She still lacks... She's got a little less firepower, but she, in theory, ought to be more survivable because of that stealth. I don't know, man. Fubu's so good with the triple launchers, though. Oh, I'm so torn. Yeah, Chaser, I think, you know, you have to look back. One of the things you got to remember about wargaming, right, is they have this bad tendency to... What's up, Machine? They have this bad tendency to release one-off premiums from a nation before they really understand what they want to do with that nation's ships. Look at Roma. Roma's a good example of this, right? Now, admittedly, it's not like they nailed Vittorio Veneto, which remains probably the worst tier 8 battleship in the game. But Roma's kind of a one-off, isn't she? Right? You have the Italian HE in the battleship line. She's like the only battleship that has that, other than probably like Cesare or something. And it's weird. It's the shells have too much penetration. It's a very challenging ship to play. I think Leone suffers from a lot of the same problem, right? Like they took this one-off Italian destroyer design. They didn't really know what to do with it. And by the time they got around to designing the line, they were like, oh, now we have this cohesive plan for the line, but they have this one-off premium. And for whatever reason, and this is something I've never figured out about wargaming, they don't go back and redesign the premium ship to match what they did with the rest of the line. Now, sometimes that's intentional, I'm sure. But sometimes when you have what is obviously a pathetically, horribly, just god-awful bad premium like Leone, why not go back and just rethink the ship and say, okay, the Italian Destroyer line does this. Leone should be sort of similar, right? Or whatever. Yeah, Leone's been around at least 5 years. It was a ship that was in testing hell for a while. Like, she was announced as in testing, and I did a first look video on the thing. And then it was like, and then she went into one testing cycle, and then she just sat for like a year. Like, they just dropped the thing like a hot potato and didn't come back to it for a while. And when they finally did, they basically hadn't changed anything. And it was like, but this ship is not good. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's very strange. Saipan 100% needs a redesign. I'm going to do Fubu. I think Fubu has more potential. She's less stealthy, but the stealth is comparable, and she has more firepower and more health, and I think those two things matters. So we're going to do Fubu for Gabe. No, nobody requested Saipan, but they're look, chat can talk about Saipan as long as nobody puts it in the queue. You put it in the queue and Russian front. Saipan, I need to get me a little logo made up, right? It's the Saipan silhouette with a circle and a slash through it, right? Just ugh. Okay, we're on New Dawn in a Fubu. If I play the northern flank, I have more opportunity to be disruptive. The problem is there's a carrier in the game. Do I risk it? I think the answer is yes for now. I'm going to risk it early.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
This might be a mistake, but I'm going to try it. Because I think with my 10-kilometer torpedoes, I can be far more disruptive on the northern flank, especially if I'm spotting for this Perth, than I can be from sea. Because the enemy team is going to end up, you know, around here, and you know, the 4-5-6 line, CD line, like right around in here. They're going to cluster all in here. If I can just flood that area with torpedoes, I can be a real jerk. That appeals to me right now. Gabe, the problem that I have with Saipan is not the skill floor, it's the skill ceiling. You can be the most amazingly skilled carrier player in the world in a Saipan, and if you get like the wrong matchmaking, you're basically toothless. Which is what keeps happening to me when I attempt to play the ship, right? Now, I will say this. When I get to tier 8 ranked, I might give Saipan another look, because knowing she's not going to be bottom tier, okay, maybe there's potential. The other problem with Saipan is that most high-tier carrier players know how snipeable that ship really is. Well, there went my Perth. You're never going to get that drop-off, sir.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
Torpedo tubes
Fuck this
destroyed.
clown.
That sounds about right. I'm going to try and keep my butt to these stinking torpedo planes.
Another day, another disembowelment.
Okay, he missed. That's fine. Then we have to get out of here now. Time to go.
Can't leave my ride behind. Damn, I love this job.
Grant, you pretty much nailed it, right? Like, the rework absolutely gutted Saipan. The thing is a shell of its former self. Well, so much... I'm basically playing a Shiratsuyu now because I'm down a torpedo tube launcher. I was expecting my Perth to be smart, and my Perth had the brains of oatmeal. So, unfortunately, that means that this is going to be a loss. We're already down 2 ships, and my team has no concept of how to do anything about it. Oh, there's DJ coming in with the bomb. Oh, Machine, don't worry about win rates. Don't worry about that. Look, if you one of the worst things that you can do in World of Warships, in my opinion, one of the biggest disservices you can do for yourself is to obsess over statistics. Don't worry about win rate. Don't worry about worry about things that you can control. One of the things that you can't control always is win rate, right? Look at a ship like, look at the Japanese destroyer line is a good example, right? I love these boats. They're fun to play. But many times, you're not able to influence a battle the way that you want or need to in order to really, to win, to be impactful. And so your win rate will look like trash, and there's basically nothing you can do about it. You could try. You can keep going and trying, but your team has to show up, right? And if they don't, well, then it sort of doesn't matter.
Good gas mileage.
I think this guy is still out here looking for me. I was sort of hoping that he wouldn't find me, but it's going to happen now. Yep. Nope. Love it. I love everything that just happened. He caught a glimpse and kept moving. So yeah, if I were you, I would focus on what can you control to kind of, give you a better idea of, hey, am I impactful? Hey, am I doing well? You can control things like your damage per battle, things like your XP per battle. All of these are things you can control. And you should I won't say focus on, but you should work on, right? How am I spotted? Over the low island, I guess. This team is kind of a problem right now. This Warspite has radio location. Hilariously. He does. There's no way that anybody else on that team has radio location, but this Warspite absolutely has it. This is a trip. You gonna cut into the middle of the board? It looks like you are.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
Trying to get a fire here. I don't think I'm going to catch him with many of those torpedoes, but I've only got to hit him with one for it to be relevant. And I think I'm a little behind him, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, Chaser, but I guarantee you that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I didn't lead those enough for him. I didn't expect him to turn full south and go full speed. I should have, but that's not what happened, so... Oh, well. Well, that's all right. The team lost this game a long time ago when they declined to show up and play. Like, when they started suiciding right out of the gate. Anytime you get a team that loses 2 ships in the first 3 minutes, you can pretty much write the game off. Warspite only does about 25 knots, but she was already angled away from me, which is kind of part of the problem there. My smoke's gonna expire here in a minute. I'm gonna go finish this. I'm gonna go get this cap.
Can't leave my ride behind.
The interesting thing is they've sort of left this team. Oh, I might actually burn that guy down. Oh, okay, well, never mind. He died. They've sort of left their carrier alone back here. If I can pick up a cap and maybe live a little longer, we might get another kill. We'll see what happens. Oh, see, the carrier's off to my port. Carrier's just off to my port side up here behind this island. Let's go murder him.
Half man, half animal, all dead.
Wow, he's not very good at carrier. Yay. Well, yay, Fubu. Mikey, the Duke voiceover is just a typical standard. It's just a an add-on you can get from the download. I mean, from the various mod things. Wayne, it's sort of expected. Okay, you said when I was too much stress. Yeah, play the game. Yes. Well, then Mikey, please let my sound. I'll say this, Machine. I'm. Don't take this personally. I'm disinclined to do that, right? Not for any particular reason. More that I don't want people to get. I don't want. How do I say this? The only person who can really grade your performance is you in a game. Okay? That's perhaps a little unfair. Somebody else sometimes can give you another perspective, right? One of the things that my buddy Lord Zath does over on his channel, you know, he takes replays from folks and will give feedback, right? Oh, have you considered this? Maybe you should have tried that. But at no point does he say, "Oh, you suck. Here's your D. Get out of class." Right? That's not how it works. I think if I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. If you are continuing to improve, right? And I think this is the key thing. Look at the stats you have today, right? You said you looked them up. You quoted them to me in chat, right? Keep playing. Keep playing, but don't look tomorrow. Don't obsess and look at your stats every day. That will make you crazy. Keep playing regularly for, I don't know, 4 months, 6 months. Pick a number. Whatever suits you, and then go back and look. Are they better? Did you improve? Right? And to me, the stats you want to look for, the key things you want to be looking for improvement are not win rate, not at first. Okay, let's pull that one back. Not at first. You want to be looking at XP per battle and damage. Those are the two things. I mean, and they're kind of tied together, right? The more XP the more damage you do, the more XP you're going to earn. But plenty of other ships, like destroyers, like submarines, earn notable XP, experience points for not necessarily for doing damage, like for controlling the board or providing spotting information for their teammates. So, to me, if the XP and the damage are on an upward trend, eventually your win rate will be as well. You may not see it at first, but over the long curve, over the long haul, you will see that improvement in your win rate. Personal opinion. Don't look every day. Don't look every day. If it's important to you that you improve, continue to work on improving and look at your XP and your damage, and don't worry about your win rate at first. Personal opinion. This is Fubuki's permanent camo. I like this one. All right, what else we got here? We got Perth, we got Rhode Island, we got Dory. I'm going to take this Dory request. This is a boat that I would not ordinarily pick for this format, and I'm genuinely curious how she's going to do. Well, and that's fine. I'm sorry to hear that. But if it means that much to you, then, you know, that there you go, right? 6-point captain. Well, we can do better than this, right? Come on. So, Al-Anon, I'll say this. Everybody has a lot to learn. I've been playing the game 8.5 years. There's plenty of stuff I still don't know. There's a lot that I do know, but there's things that I still don't, right? If I get right down to it, then like the nuts and bolts, the hardcore mechanics of Carrier are something I've just never spent the time to. I've never taken the time to invest in them. That's just reality, right? I've never made the time. I think what I'm gonna do, let's sell this guy and keep the XP. And then let's just pump this dude up. Let's at least, okay, let's go pick out some skills. No worries, Hard. It happens. DS9, that's kind of how I feel about it, right? My thing is this. One of the reasons that I started the Learn to Play series over on YouTube is because I genuinely think that if you really want to get better at World of Warships, right? Like if it's not important isn't the word, if it matters to you, right? You're gonna have to invest some time. Warships is not like if you just want to log in for an hour a night, sail around and blow up boats, then you can do that. But if you want to get better, if you want to look at the game and go, I really want to understand this, I want to understand the mechanics, or you want to look at a line of ships because it's important to you for historical reasons, or because you really like how they look, and you're just like, I want to be the best American heavy cruiser player I can be. Okay, then what I wanted to do was create a resource that would help with that by talking through each ship, each major ship in the line individually, what it does well, what it doesn't do well, what you're going to struggle with, what she's good at. You know, and then kind of give you some examples, like, and talk through things, right? I think one of the videos in that I'm most proud of in that Learn to Play series probably is the Pensacola one, because yeah, my little sample game in that is like we lost that game, but I got to take on a tier 6 battleship at what amounts to point blank range with like 7,000 health and a heavy cruiser and win by demonstrating right there live in a game what you can do with those guns if you understand the ship you're driving. And that's why I want to do more of those, right? That's why I want to keep. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd eventually do all the surface ships. Well, all the cruisers and destroyers. You probably don't want me teaching you battleship, and you certainly don't want me teaching you carrier. But probably not even submarine, if I'm honest. But I've played a lot of cruiser and a lot of destroyer, and those are the ships that I'm the most passionate about. So it's very easy for me to say I'm going to do this, and then I can focus on it, right? Because I love it. Now, Super Havoc over on YouTube makes a good point, and this is something that I want to hit. I'm not really king of Fletcher Striker, but I do love Fletcher. I want everybody, again, if you play boats and you're quote unquote serious about it and you want to improve and so on, I strongly encourage you to play ship types that you don't care for, or ship types that you feel counter you. I'm mostly talking about aircraft carrier, but let's say you start playing cruiser and you fall in love with cruiser. Great. You need to understand battleship a little better. Go spend some time. Play some battleship. Understand the things that freak out or piss off a battleship. Understand their positional problems. Understand their speed problems at many tiers. That kinds of thing. And that will help you understand how to fight that class. Carrier is 100% one of the most reviled classes by ship types by huge swaths of the player base, and so many players have gross misconceptions about what carriers are capable of. Oh, he never runs out of planes. Oh, your AA is worthless. Those two statements, you hear them all the time about carriers. They're just flat out lies. They're just flat out lies. Now, the first one is perhaps partly accurate and partly false, right? He never runs out of planes. Technically true. But implying that he will always have the plane type he wants in the quantity he wants when he wants it, that is a lie, right? It is 100% possible to inflict losses on a carrier serious enough that he is scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to figure out how he's going to sink you, right? And so it's if you want to understand the limitations a carrier works under, if you want to understand the things that he's up against, play a carrier. Go play one, right? And I always say that with a carrier, in my opinion, tier 4 is where you learn, like, tier 4, honestly, if you want to learn carrier, honestly, tier 4 is not the place you're going to do it. Tier 6 is where you're going to learn carrier. Tier 6 is the best place to learn carrier mechanics. 100%, period. Like, you won't really learn fighters. I don't think you get fighters at tier 6 for a lot of carriers. You do with, like, Baron and a couple others, but, like, many of them you don't, okay? But you start getting to all the different types of ammunition. You get bombs, you get rockets, you get a little bit of everything, depending on which line you're looking at. And you start fighting things that have significant amounts enough of AA that you have to start picking and choosing your targets carefully, right? If I'm driving my little tier 6 Ranger and there's a Baltimore on the other team, what kind of idiot would I be to go attack that guy if I had another option, right? If he's the last ship on the board, that's what I'm doing, right? But if there's literally any other target I can drop on, I'm going to go bug that guy. Right? Because my planes aren't going to survive that. He's going to murder them and laugh at me and flip me off as he sails away. So, okay, tier 6, you get fighters. Okay, anyways, so they all get fighters. So tier 6 is where you get fighters. So that's why I'm saying, like, tier 6 is where you finally get all the pieces of carrier mechanics come together. So if you want to learn carrier basics, tier 6 is where you do it. Don't worry about grinding XP. Just play them. Just play them and play them and play them until you start to understand how hard it is to land a rocket strike on a fast-moving destroyer. How easy it is to land torpedoes on a slow tier 6 battleship, depending on the ship, depending on the torpedoes in question, and so on. So there's a lot. I mean, carrier mechanics are a whole different animal, but because so many players refuse to understand them, they refuse to take the time to learn them, there's a million misconceptions about them. And so it's really frustrating. Don't try to learn with Ranger. I would agree with that. Well, somewhat, let's say, because Ranger's armaments are very flexible. Ranger's hull is very bad. I would argue that the British carriers at tier 6, whether you go Furious or you go buy an Ark Royal, I think both of those are decent to learn. Ryujo's an excellent boat. Vesser is the one I would avoid, like the Plague. Sarov isn't bad. Sarov is not a bad tier 6 carrier. Okay, I need to build out this Doria so I can quit gabbing. Okay, what's my turret traverse? 36. I probably want to look at Grease the Guns. Do I care about gun feeder? I'm firing AP or SAP. No, I kind of don't care about gun feeder. So let's do this. What's my torpedo protection? 32. Let's do I want to go survivability? I'm thinking maybe 2 of these and then fire prevention. Do I need 13 points? That'd be a lot of points. Probably not a bad build, though. Okay, let's give that a go. Let's pump this guy up to at least 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'll do that. That's reasonable. Okay, we'll go for something like that. So, Chaser, you're right. The British torps are incredibly slow, but they have decent flood chances. I forget if it's best in tier flood chances, but they're good. They're good flood chances, whatever they are. The British carriers feel like they're designed... Oh, yeah, I forgot I could put this camo on this boat. The British carriers feel like they're meant to be like the masters of damage over time, but they're just not. They simply aren't. They simply don't put enough... the bombs are the problem. The torpedoes' flood chances are pretty good, but the bombs don't do enough damage. Okay. Doria. I think we're okay. We've got a 13-point captain. We've got some flags in. This is all fine. Do I care about AA? I mean, my AA is not garbage. Not amazing. I'll keep the flag. It doesn't hurt nothing. Okay, Andrea Doria. Let's go. Andrea Doria in ranked. This is for... Who picked Andrea Doria? Navy Way wanted Andrea Doria. Let's give it a go. Kyle, it's so bizarre, isn't it? That somehow Francesco Caracciolo is the best Italian battleship in the game. How bizarre is that? What's up, Sully? Bayern has a different air group. Is she good to learn with? I would say no. You don't, in my opinion, you don't want to play a Bayern until you've got at least a decent handle on how carrier mechanics work. I would not encourage you to learn how to play carrier with a Bayern. I would encourage you to learn with a tech tree ship. And then if you decide you enjoy the play style enough and want to spend some money on a premium ship, go to town. But don't run out and buy a premium carrier. Chances are you're setting yourself up for disappointment, right? Machine. Thank you very much. I think that is the very first super chat I have ever received on YouTube. Thank you. That's awesome. Zeus, that is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. And you're saying play your ability. I would also say play what's fun, right? I'll straight like it's no secret to my chat. I am not a huge fan of tier 10, right? High tier play to me just doesn't very rarely feels enjoyable. So I don't play a lot of high tier games. I've got buddies, right? Guys like Kappa and Seven that they love high tier play. They love playing tier 10 and tier 9. Deacon, great. I'm glad for them. Like if they enjoy, I'm not going to tell you what to play. If you enjoy tier 9, 10, go play tier 9, 10, right? I don't, so I avoid it. And so there you go. How do you set fires with Vesser? Yeah, you kind of don't.
So,
when did Pensy get 25mm plating in the bow? About 2 years ago. If you remember, back about 5 or 6 summers ago, they reorganized the American cruiser line, right? And when they did that, you had the heavy cruiser split and the light cruiser split. And then over the last couple of, about a year and a half later, maybe 2 years later, Wargaming went through and realized, something that I had been kind of saying for a while, but like, there was very little incentive to play heavy cruiser. And so what they did was they went through and if the ship was a heavy cruiser, it didn't matter what tier it was in, it got a reworked armor scheme, and they sort of standardized heavy cruiser armor by tier. So if you were a tier 6 heavy cruiser, you got the reinforced bow. If you're a tier 7 heavy cruiser, like New Orleans, you got the reinforced bow. It's taken them years to catch up to that same level with some of the premium ships, like Indianapolis, but they've slowly gotten to where they all kind of have that, right? Ryujo and Fear is probably the best tier 6 carriers to learn with. I think so. I feel like Ryujo and Fierce are probably the best tier 6 carriers to learn with. Once you feel comfortable in one of those and you want to pick up Ranger, I think you'll be okay. Serov is weird because she's just so radically different from everyone else. And I've only got one cruiser to shoot at. Okay. So the AP is probably not how I'm going to win this game. We'll see. So Thor, I mean, it's a good question, especially if you've got one for free. Like, give it a shot. If you've got one, feel free to try it. My personal feeling, though, is that you probably don't want to use that as a judge of whether or not you're going to like carrier or be good at it, because Bayarn plays completely different from almost every other carrier out there. Now, our Hatsu has chosen death. I do not understand why our Hatsu has chosen death. He better have his torpedoes ready. He might get him. He did. Okay, that worked out. I'm surprised that worked out, but I'm glad that worked out. Hi, Trento. How you doing there, buddy? I want to see your bow. I want to see your bow, my friend. Show me the bow. There you are. Let's load some AP. Okay, he turned out of that.
Where's a hammer when you need one?
Looks like the Farragut's going to go out, which I'm on board with. Love all of this. I love everything that just happened. Let's put the AP in the barrel. North Idaho. Goodness, good times. A little chilly up where you are, I'm betting. Ooh, the Normandy is... Ooh, can I get this shot? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna turn to starboard, cut up the slot here. I want to get AP downrange on the Normandy, which is a mistake because he's turning now, but screw it. They have a submarine? Ah, I completely missed it. All right, that's fine. Oh, good. Yeah. Keep hitting the Novo. Excellent. I'll give him the stern turrets here in a minute. Actually, he's dead. I think the Dunkirk's got him. Yep, brilliant. Let's go pick up this damage buff. Oh, I'm actually sort of behind the Arizona. How interesting. Okay, I'm gonna end up having to get into a duel with this Normandy here. Okay, let's put the SAP in the barrel. Because this Normandy should be fairly soft to it. Doria kind of has Roma's problem. Okay, fair enough. Hayate or Marceau, Manticore over on YouTube asks. It's actually a good question. Hard for me to give you a definitive answer. I personally like Hayate more, but I think Marceau probably has a higher ceiling. I need to go play Hayate after this with the changes. I have not tried her. Alright, Arizona should be out soon. I'm going to take this salvo just to make sure. Okay. Let's keep the SAP in the barrel. I'm going to load the AP for the Normandy, who should come around this island directly in front of me like full broadside. I should be able to get a brilliant shot on this guy. I'm going to sit here and wait for this shot. Oh, he's turning out. How curious. Okay, Zona's out. Let's put the SAP back in the barrel. I think I overlet him. I clipped him in the bow. Flip the guns, maybe? What is he going to do? Let's leave the SAP in for now. Marceau plays closer to the tech tree than Hayate. She does. 100% she does. Okay. Normandy is parked. Let's go mess with him. Trento's out. Love all of that. Is Normandy reversing? Okay, he's dead. T-61 took care of that, and that just leaves the submarine. So yeah, this was not a very exciting game. At least for me, anyway. I contributed a little bit, but not a lot. Kill the Roach. He's a long way from me. He's a very long way from me over here. God, look how long it takes these shells to get where they're going. It's crazy. Poor Zone is dead. If you gotta grind cash a lot, grinding it in ranked is probably not the worst thing you could be doing. I'm gonna just chill back here. Drink whiskey. Altador, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's a great book. War Below is an excellent novel. I haven't finished it yet, but it's an excellent book. The guy's writing style really does remind me a little bit of, like, Hornfisher. He's got the same kind of feel to it, right? There we go. Game. So a team win where I'm probably going to be dead last because I think I'm like the only guy without a kill. No, it's not just you. Dory is not a ship that I would pick for this format. She's not bad if you're grinding one out, grind one out, right? But like, there are other battleships. Now, somebody asked about, Wayne asked over on YouTube about Arizona. Arizona's excellent. She's slow. All the American battleships this tier are slow. You ain't gonna get away from that. But she has pretty accurate guns. Her guns are slightly more accurate than New Mexico. That's the benefit you get for basically having no anti-aircraft fire at all. So it's dicey. Are you taking Arizona in? And the enemy carrier knows his business. You're going to get focused, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. But if there's no carrier in the game, you can do some really good work. And she absolutely loves shooting at cruisers. Absolutely loves shooting at cruisers. All right, Perth. This is for Kyle wants a Perth game. Perth. There's my Perth. All right. Let's give her a quick pass here. Now Perth is one of these amazing ships that can spot for herself. And having the consumable on reduced cooldown used to be Eye in the Sky had a penalty to it. They did away with the penalty. Yeah, I think I need to... that's almost a mandatory skill for this boat now. Let me do this. Yes, please. Now, do I still need the other one? Gives me an extra smoke. In ranked, I sort of don't care. In randoms, I would care. But now, my cooldown on my spotter plane is only a little less than 2 minutes. That's pretty sexy. We love all of that. A little bit of extra A defense. I mean, my A defense is kind of trash, so, nah, pass. PF is a good one for ranked. I would agree. I mean, Chaser, you said Dunkirk. We just had a guy in a game have a pretty good Dunkirk game. You can make it work. So yeah, there's definitely some choices. All right, Perth for Kyle. Ooh, lots of destroyers. Perth loves going destroyer hunting. Exactly, Alanon. Well, Eye in the Sky used to have that thing where it was like your spotter plane cooldown was reduced. Or no, the cooldown, like it stayed up longer, but the cooldown was longer or something weird. It used to be a weird skill, and then they changed it, and I haven't played Perth since they did, and oh yeah, she's really good now. Like, I mean, she's always been a good boat, but like now that is a great skill for this ship. Because with her little crawly smoke, she can now, the spotter plane helps her keep an eye on things, right? I mean, Hujan, there's plenty of good tier 6 cruisers in this tier 2, right? Like, I've had good games, really good games in Nuremberg. I had a good game in Dallas. Good games. I had a good game in Pensacola that we still lost because my team was made of the stupid. You know, ranked. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good cruisers in this tier too. She's got the roll-off depth charges, doesn't she? That's rough. No subs in this game though, so at least I don't have to deal with that. Let me put my hydro bubble up. And AA, there we go. 8-8 surface spotting for a tier 6 cruiser is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. This ship is so much fun. Now, what I probably want to do, I probably want to head due east along the H line. I don't want to go into the cap just yet because I don't know what's up there, right? If there's a battleship coming down the 7 line and he's like right here and I'm going into the cap, that is bad juju. Whereas if otherwise I can potentially like use this island to turn around or get away or something like that. Will PC ever get Pennsylvania? It's a good question. A lot of premium battleships still out there. A lot of just premium ship ideas in general they could still use. I have not played Leipzig, but I think once. So I'll give her a go. Those long-range torpedoes are weird. Very unusual for a German ship. Like Leipzig like almost wants to be a torpedo cruiser? German torpedo cruiser. What is this? Okay. She's a little odd. Okay, I'm liking the even split. I'm liking that we've got at least a cruiser going along with each destroyer. I'm seeing smoke in mid. I don't know what that is. It's probably the Ramat. That Mutsu is why I did not want to be where the Igla is. All right, Nurnberg, this is your moment, buddy. You got to murder these destroyers while you can spot them. Mutsu's guns probably aren't even looking this way. They aren't. So I'm probably just going to do open water firing at this guy. I doubt I'm even going to use the smoke right away. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop right here. Just going to sit behind this island for a bit. Now we're giving up a little bit of board control right now. The Igla can go push B in a minute. Mutsu's going to try and turn all the way around and get out of here. There we go. This gun's looking for me. Yep. We're going to hold the fire right now. Now we're not. He took a shot at the Mutsu, so now we'll shoot at him. Okay. I'm going to secure the guns. We're going to cut to mid. They need to murder all of this stuff. Like, what are y'all doing? Kill the Ramat. Do something, fellas. It's 5-on-4 up there. Igla's got to get to mid. Let's go do this, buddy. Let's go loop these. Let's go swoop these guys out of here. The Gade is almost dead. Our Fubu just bought it. There we go. Their Gade bought it. I love all of that. The Repulse is going to go out. There we go. I'm not sure how the Ramat is still alive when there's a battleship right there staring at him. But whatever. That Ismail should just one-shot the Ramat. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how he's still alive. Okay, he's finally dead. The Farragut killed him. Oh, he drove up there to deliver the Deepwater Torps to the Ismail. Looks like he succeeded. Yep.
Time to put on the beer goggles. I'm not even bothering to fire AP at the Gokase. He's soft enough that I don't really think the AP is necessary. If I can just reliably hit him with HE and light him on fire, and then the Igla can murder him like that, that's good enough. All right, they're down to the Mutsu and 2 destroyers. So we're gonna head north and go destroyer hunting. Perth is really good at destroyer hunting, and it gets me away from the Mutsu, who is somebody that I don't want to deal with. I've got 90 more seconds on Hydro. Plus, by staying in mid with my Hydro, I'm guarding this cap. Plus, the island is now in between me and the Mutsu. There's a lot to like here. By pushing mid, I'm protecting my health and working and progressing towards a win. So, Hey, Gallon, how you doing, buddy?
Coochie, coochie.
Okay, so the Farragut has also backed way off.
Coochie, coochie.
Oh, hey, what's up? Man, these guns turn slow.
Coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie. Another day, another disembowelment.
Nailed it. Do. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
When you get to hell, tell them
Ooh, double strike! Double strike! Come on, double strike! Yeah!
I'm a much
Got him!
laying motherfucker. I'm gonna have to rain down in a godly fucking firestorm on you.
What's up, Angelo? How you been? So, the answer is yes. I've got a buddy of mine. My Warships guys will know who this is, right? So my buddy Lord Zath, longtime competitive caster, was in town for the past week or so. Over the weekend, last weekend, we drove up to Austin. When we went to Austin, they did a little bit of a tour of the wargaming offices. I declined. I've seen them before. But we had lunch with my buddy Happa who is also another boat streamer who lives outside of Austin, a former employee of the company, Wargaming. And he had just started playing Skull and Bones. He was kind of raving about it. I had sort of forgotten about the game. It was mentioned to me a while ago by one of my regulars to my Civ 6 streams. So he pinged me on Discord. He's like, hey, have you heard of this thing? And I was like, I have not heard of it. So I went and watched the trailer, and I was like, it's kind of mildly interesting. And I've been getting emails from them. In fact, it's funny, Angelo, you mentioned this. Give me a minute. I literally saw this email come in, and I haven't read it yet. Here we go. So, literally, the Ubisoft guys are sending me. They're like, apply here. We'll send you the game and give you keys for giveaway copies. I'm probably gonna have to do this. Because I just haven't stopped to make time for it yet. But I think it'd be neat. And Happa was raving about it. He was really enjoying it. No, Angela, I'll check it out. Trust me, I'll check it out. I'm trying to think. This weekend. The trick for me is always finding time to work new games into my schedule. Yikes. But let me see. Give me another week or so, and I'll give it a shot. I'll download it and have a peek. Again, Happa was convinced that I would enjoy the game. He's like, oh, you're going to love it. And I'm like, okay. But I have not actually tried it, so I don't know. The other thing is, what I'm likely to do is like download it and play it for get through there's probably a tutorial mission or something. Play it for like an hour. And then, like, tag Happa and be like, okay, so explain this damn game to me again? Well, Garon, I haven't tried it. My thing is this. One of the things that I have learned as I have been a cynic my whole life, never take somebody else's word for it. Never take somebody else's word for it, right? Always form your own opinion. Don't read an opinion column in the newspaper and decide, oh, I agree. Just without going, that's odd. Like, let's do some research here. For some reason, and I think I saw a comedian on Twitter make this joke the other day, right? But like in the COVID era, right? The COVID vaccines were this big controversial thing, right? And there were all these people that were like, well, I'm kind of doing my own research. They were mocked mercilessly for this. I'm doing my own research. How dare you? You should just blindly trust people. No, that's a terror. Who taught you that? No. Besides, doing your own research is just reading. I'm allowed to read, right? I'm allowed to form my own opinions by reading some sources. So, yeah. So, I mean, what I'm more likely to do than read an early review of the game, I'm more likely to try, especially if they're going to offer me a free copy, I'm going to go play it and form my own opinion.
And then maybe I'll go read a review and see if they caught up. They might have caught on to something that I didn't. And the other thing is, reviews are subjective, right? I have read plenty of game and movie reviews that something the reviewer hated is something I actually loved, right? They're like, oh, I despise this about the game, but I'm like, but I love that. I love that in a game. So reviewers are still subject to their own preferences and biases. Oh, hush, cancel. Yeah, Cannon. Brian, thank you for the reminder. Let's go do the Hayate game. I've been meaning to look at this boat since the changes. No, I agree with you, Goron. The price tag is a bit off-putting. Don't get me wrong. I had the same thought when I saw it. But literally, the guys that make the game are offering me a copy and saying, hey, you should try our game. And I'm kind of going, well, I'm kind of interested, so why don't I take your free copy and try it out? So, don't be surprised if you see that on the channel at some point. Now, I need to... What am I looking for? I'm looking for Hayate. I need Japanese destroyers. Okay, let's refresh my memory. Now, for starters, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know it, Hayate remains one of the best-looking Japanese destroyers in the game. This lacquer camo is just stunning. I love this camo. I have always loved this camo. It's friggin' amazing. Right? Like, just so awesome. So, you have that. Now, torpedo reload now in its own slot. So I now have the Shiratsuyu suite of consumables. I have smoke and TRB and engine boost. And I have... Didn't they buff the main battery? They buffed the main battery reload speed, didn't they? Hang on a minute, I gotta go look at this. World of Warships. I feel like they buffed the main battery. Hold on. I'm like 98% positive. Here we go. Let's see. Where is the game balance changes? Ryujo, Malta, St. Vincent, Hayate. Main battery reload time increased 3.7 seconds. Okay. So they gave her basically about a 10% buff on the gun reload speed. So now the question becomes, do you even do a torpedo build Hayate or not? She had a pretty good reload already, Striker. She had 4-second reload. They brought it down to 3.7. The question now is, do you lean into the guns or the torpedoes? Her concealment is still mediocre. I think there's a valid case now to be made for putting consumable. What's the superintendent on the captain? Right? I think that's a real suddenly that is a very strong skill for this ship. I'm not sure about radio location. I don't think just a little slower than Gearing's rate of fire chaser, but better ballistics and the shells hit harder. I think I've got to max out the captain and rebuild her. Let me Gearing's gun should start out either 3.3 or 3 even. I forget which. It's one of the two. Let me take one of these old Japanese captains. Do I have somebody down here? No. Wait a minute. What? Oh, hold on a minute. Now, what do you do? What are your destroyer things? Ooh, you might be a good one. Takeo... Wait, isn't Takeo Suzuki the guy... Isn't he the destroyer captain who wrote that book? Didn't he write the book, literally Destroyer... Japanese destroyer captain?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I'm looking. I'm trying to remember. I'm not seeing it. The name rings a bell. Like I should know this. Oh, who was that? Walk away with the follow. Thank you much. Appreciate you. But I gotta say, this has some appeal to it. The extra health for a ship that maybe wants to be a little bit of a gunboat. No. That's really good for carriers. What else am I missing here? God, I got a lot of Japanese captains laying around doing nothing. I should sell some of these guys back. Now, doesn't he have, okay. I thought every nation had 2 of, like, the blue captains and 1 of the yellow ones now. Hold it. Tamiichi Hara, there we go. Okay, so I've got the wrong guy. That's fine. Armory. Commanders. Here we go. Raizo Suzuki. Okay, so here's the other guy. Okay. So I've got one of them, but not the other. What I'm going to do, let us come back to the armory. No, not the armory. Let's go back to the commander screen. Okay. Let's take this guy. He's trained for a different ship, isn't he? What are you trained for? You're just... Okay, you're just here. Okay, whatever. Let me sell some of these 10-pointers I've got lurking at the bottom of the list here. Like this Heezen commander. And this Kitakazi commander. And I've got 2 different Shokaku commanders. I don't even know how that's possible, but okay. All right, now let's... No, not you. Not you. Where was this guy? Where was my dude? There we go. Okay, so let's start pumping him up here. Okay, that gets him a big chunk of the way where I want him to be. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to... Do you go... What do you think, guys? Do you go Fearless Brawler in a Hayate? That feels like a bad idea. I think you go Superintendent, but I don't think you go... Fearless Brawler... If I go extra smoke, this is not a good idea. This is a terrible idea, frankly. I think you want Adrenaline Rush. I think you still want Fill the Tubes, but I don't think I'm going to have the points for it. I don't need the Turret Traverse. 10-second Turret Traverse is fine. I mean, Strange, it's 100% I've been playing the game 8 years and they give you free commanders and I never take the time to go clean them out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Or do I go... Ooh, what about Dazzle? This is a skill that I haven't even tried yet. I've never even tried this skill. Torpedo 2 reload is 130 seconds without buffs. Oh, I'm sorry, that's because I've got the modules that have lowered it down. That gets me started. That's what I'm thinking, Chaser. I'm thinking either main battery expert. I mean, the AA is not amazing, but it's not Garbo.
You crazy son of a bitch.
Slayer with the resub, thank you much. Appreciate it. Yeah, Brian, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I think I'm going to try and build into the guns, I think. I think I'm going to give this a go. But what I'm trying to wrap my brain around is, do I lean into... I mean, Fearless Brawler is not a thing. I'm picking up extra smokes for a reason. So I think you want the 5% extra reload here. And then I also want to do something like this. And so now I'm in a position where the turret traverse still doesn't feel like a problem. I think I still want to keep this because I want to keep my torpedo tubes from getting in-capped. The extra reload booster is oh so sexy. I need to be... Is there one that here that reduces the cooldown on the consumables? That's worth a point. That is... I think I want this skill. I think I want to pick... I need 4 more points. Okay. Let me sell some more commanders. Addletrell. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Change commander. Let's go sell some more. Sell some more losers. I got losers at the bottom. 2 Hashidate commanders. Yeah, you're done. Get out. Get out. I should sell the Weebery commanders too. Like, I'll never use this stuff. 11-point Ashitaka captain. Get out. Get out. Okay. So now, where are we at? Okay. That's reasonable. I'll do that. Okay, so now let's try that. Let's try that for a build, and then with my last point, I'll put Grease the Gears in to help counteract the module. So now we've kind of focused the guns a little bit. I've got a 3.1 second reload. And an extra round of smoke, and a little bit of extra health. We're now looking at 25,000 HP. Okay. So we've kind of gone gun build. I'm getting away from the torpedoes. 2.5 minute reload, but I've also got the TRB. Plus, I've still got 2 launchers, so I can stagger them. Nah, I'm never going to be a weeb guy. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Okay. Quick check of flags. I think I did this already, but let's do it anyway. Just make sure. Cure that, and then, yep, of course, the lacquer camo, and then I've screw it one. Yep, this is all fine. This is fine. I don't need this. This is all good. Okay, excellent. All right. New Hayate with a very, very different build than any Hayate I've ever played before. This is like a gunboat Hayate, which, if memory serves, I might have tried gunboat Hayate way back in the day, like way back when this ship first came out, and I remember looking at it thinking, oh, guns, yeah, Japanese guns, 3-second reload, this will be cool. And it was like, oh, I don't have the health or the stealth for this. This is rough. Okay, see, the only other destroyer in the game is a Marceau. So this is one of those instances where, like, the gun build is not going to feel amazing. I don't have a lot of targets to shoot at. And I don't want to get into a gunfight with a Marceau. That guy will just end me, right? Like, yuck.
Time to kill everyone.
Now, I've got plenty of consumables, which is nice. And I've only got 2 I'm up against 2 radars, 1 Stalin and 1 Baltimore. Until I have an idea where they are, I've got to play very cautious. Luckily for me, I mean, as bad as my detection is, it's only 6-1, I definitely outspot the Marceau. So I'll see that guy coming, at least. Duke is typically very ambitious. Duke is a talker. Duke is a talker. You know, it's funny, the other day in the CC Discord, we were kind of reminiscing about that old contest we did back in late 2018 called The Ring, right? And I'll never forget, one of my favorite videos I ever made for that contest was I did a video in driving USS Helena, and Duke was like, I was using Duke Nukem quotes as like my talk back, like he was the gunnery officer on the ship and was like mouthing off to the captain. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun making that video.
Feel that one in the morning.
I keep waiting for the Venezia to end this guy. Thank you. Now I can win a gunfight against a Marceau. Because he has 3,000 health left.
Much better.
You're done. Goodbye. That Marceau does not really understand how that's supposed to work. Now, the problem I'm going to run into is if I move up to torp the Stalingrad, I'm going to eat a radar. My guess is I cannot get here to the top of the cap without getting into his radar range. Let's find out. Yeah, Gaelic, it was good. Okay, so his radar is available. It looks like maybe he's running south. No, he's kind of stationary at the moment. He's creeping south.
hide behind.
I am not getting in a close range fight with a freaking Colbert. You can blow me on that one. That is not happening. Luckily, he doesn't slow down all that quick. All right, so the Colbert bought it, so life feels pretty good right about now. I think I can finally cap. We've pushed the Stalingrad off. I have a whole bunch of spotting damage, which is good. No, Colbert's always had an insane rate of fire. They have done nothing to it because it wasn't necessary. All right, North Carolina's pushing in, and I pretty much can't do anything about it because I used my TRB already, but that's okay. I can still get up here and spot for the team. Stalingrad is trying to be relevant again. What I think I'm going to try to do is probably try and dive the island. And I'm betting that if I can pull that off, nobody can do anything about it. I'm going to get radared for this move. But the Stalin's not going to have shots on me. And because he's chosen a bad position. So he's just going to have to suck it up and deal.
Magic 8 Ball says, you died. Oh, and it got such good gas mileage.
Can eke the stern turrets over right here. This is good. Well, I was slightly able to eke the stern turrets over. Come on. I love watching the Venezia punish the Stalingrad. It makes me so happy. That's exactly what Venezias are good for. They go right through the deck armor. Okay, we're going to pick up this cap. And now, I think I'm going to swing out to the 9 line and run south. Yes, I realize I'm letting them know where I'm going, but I sort of don't care. They can't really do anything about it from that position, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I want to get down here and keep everybody spotted. No, Chaser, you're right. In that instance, the 5-inch 38s would have been better, but that's not the boat I'm playing. It's fine. Crap happens. If we can dislodge the Stalin and the North Carolina, we're going to be in pretty good shape. I'm going to get back here and get some more spotting for the guys. This Eiger and the Venezia need to pull the... Well, okay, the Venezia is kind of low on HP. The Eiger needs to pull the stick out. Like, there's absolutely no reason for him to be where he's at. Stalingrad's over here setting up for a shot. I'm going to make sure I deny it to him. I'm going to smoke up, I think.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
Yep. We're just going to pound this guy with the guns for a little bit.
Another day, another dismemberment. Damn, desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
Much better.
You almost need the turret traverse because the turrets actually spin quickly enough. You sort of need to know what's going on. Let's get some eyes out here for the team. Okay, so the Stalingrad moved back up. I'd be able to spot him if he was on this side of the island. He's not. Oh, and somehow I grounded myself like a dumbass. Come on. Gotta start paying attention to these things. Yeah. Come on, I realize I'm ripping the hull of my ship out. Let's go. Okay. Let's go chase this North Carolina. The 3-second reload is actually quite lovely. I'm a big fan of it right now. Now, I'm still in the Stalingrad's radar range, but the Eiger has finally moved up and discovered his AP, so life feels a little better. I think... Let's see how cheeky I'm feeling here. Let's be cheeky. Oh, the Azimuth's down here. I don't like this. I want to get a fire on the Stalin. That's the goal here. There we go. Okay, I should have the Stalin now. Let's swap targets. Stalin's going out. Azim is a problem. I think right now I'm the one spotting the North Carolina. We're going to smoke up again. There we go. Yep, I was spotting North Carolina, which feels kind of crappy. There we go.
Oh, and it got such good gas mileage.
I gotta say, guys, I'm kind of liking Gunboat Hayate right now. I feel like I have enough torpedo power to use it when I need it, but these guns are really, really good in this configuration. Now, we gotta do better about board control. We're really sucking on board control right now. The Yamatos are just murdering our team. There we go. Okay. Time to move up. There we go. Double fire. Needed that. Okay. North Carolina's burning nicely. Now, let's get back here and get some torpedoes downrange. Azimuth's going to keep running. I'm betting the Baltimore is looking for me, but the Baltimore is also very low. I'm willing to bet money that I can beat the Baltimore to gunfight, which I'm going to need because we're now 3 ships down. The problem is, with the Azima here and nothing to cover me, I am going to really struggle hard to finish off this North Carolina. He may be burning, and he's got to be getting low with heals, but the Azima can probably 2-shot me with his stupid guns. So I really have to... If I can catch the Azima with some torps, life starts to feel a little better. But until that happens, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm loving this turret traverse. Loving it. For a Japanese destroyer, it's so unusual. Okay, good. A is off. That's what we needed. Is the Azima turning around? He's actively turning to come hunt me, perhaps? I think he is. Okay. If that's the case, I've got to be somewhere else now. Thanks.
Leave my ride behind.
Yeah, I think he's got his Hydra up and is hunting me now. Those are all going to miss. I fear. I might catch him with 1. If I can catch him with 2, that'd be amazing. Nope.
Okay, so my big weapon to fight off this Azuma is gone. Team's not really covering itself in glory. The Eiger's going to lose to the Napoli in seconds. Yeah. So, team's going to lose this game. But I'm liking Hayate. I probably should have Galeron, but it is what it is. I'm going to see if I can get to the bottom of the map and port around him. We also look like we've got an AFK Alabama who's like literally never moved all game. But I'm liking Hayate. I think this is nice. Part of me, I think, wants to do this again, honestly. I think there definitely would be some validity in giving this build another try. I think there's something. I think there's things to like here. I'm going to play like a submarine and sneak around behind him here.
Mileage. A crowbar would come in handy right about now.
Azuma is going to be very soft to my guns, but the problem is that I just can't afford the risk of, I can't afford the risk of opening fire and him like two-shotting me. I'm probably going to have to because the game's going to be over here in a minute anyway. Although it looks like they might finally get the Yamato off the board. Killing the Yamato is going to buy us some time, but he's really got to kill the Napoli, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Hayate was 100% fairly mediocre before the buffs, right? 100%. What I'm trying to do right now is mess with this guy's head. I think his Hydro is down. Okay, killed the Yami finally. He might still sail into those torpedoes. He might. The possibility exists if they have the legs, and I think they do. It's not likely, but it's possible. Let's see if I can get him to turn. Game's gonna be over soon anyway. Well, he couldn't dodge them all. He's gonna ground himself. I know this North Carolina is low on HP, too. He has to be low on health. I burned him for so much HP earlier. He has to be low.
I'm gonna feel that one in the morning.
Okay, he took 2 quick fires and put him out.
I'm gonna feel that one in the morning.
Well, I did get another torpedo into the Azuma, so he's flooding. I don't think I'm going to kill him though. I don't think I'm going to get to North Carolina either. We'll see. It's possible but unlikely because he was already turning, and I don't think I led those quite enough. Now I might accidentally slam one into the Baltimore. We'll see. This Rhode Island has been so bad. He's played so far back all game. I gotta say, guys, I think 100% Galeron. I probably could have done things a little differently with my positioning. I probably could have pulled back north once it was obvious that my position way far south was not doing the team any good. But it would have been tough. I like Hayate. I've always sort of liked Hayate. I like her a lot better now. And I think the gunboat build is valid. Beforehand, I would have told you the gunboat build was a huge risk and I wouldn't recommend it. Now I think there's things to recommend about it. I mean, that's a weird game in that I'm not getting great matchmaking. Like, there's not really many destroyers for me to go beat up. I mean, I have most of my health all game until I get focused by 3 other ships. And it's in the late game when I'm going to die anyway. It literally doesn't matter. But, I mean, that's a lot of shell hits. That's a lot of fires. That's a decent amount of fire damage, probably 30k. I'm betting. Oh, Alabama. I love playing 12v11. That's super fun. Yeah, 40k in fire damage, right? Like, the guns are no joke. And that rate of fire is no joke. Yeah, DPM on the guns is really good. Like, let me go look at this real fast. I mean, I'm actually genuinely curious now. I'm gonna go play around with a spreadsheet for a minute, plug in some numbers here. So let's see. We got the gun reload. Let's pull up tier 10. Clear. Tier 10. We got the gun reload down to 3.1 seconds. Now, it starts off now at 3.7. So let's update the sheet here for a bit. Come on. Okay, so the base is now 3.7. So they buffed her gun reload and gave... Okay, so just the gun reload is the only stat they changed. When they did that, that moved Hayate to the 7th best HE DPM at tier 10. Like, that's pretty good. She skipped over Holland. Let's see, where was she before? She moved up 2 slots. She skipped over Gearing and Holland. Because Gearing's gun was start off on a 3.3 base. So a full gun build Hayate, 250,000 HE DPM. Let's compare that to a full gun build Gearing, let's say. What does a full gun build Gearing look like? .9, and then if I pick up this, I've already got that skill. 2.9. 2.9 is as low as I can go. 2.9. She out DPM's Gearing. Yeah. She out DPM's Gearing. Now, some of that is because I'm running this module, which I think slows Gearing's reload down. Yep, so let's do this. If you get away unique Gearing, 2.5. Now Gearing will overtake again. Yes. Actually, it's close. It's close. So, a full gun build Gearing is 260,000 HE DPM. A full gun build Hayate is 250,000. That's a very small gap. That's a very small gap. And the ballistics on Hayate's guns are much better. You absolutely out DPM a legendary Gearing. 100%. So if you're up against a Gearing that outspots you, you have more gun power in a gun build Hayate. That's really interesting. There's some very, very interesting things to like about that ship now. I definitely... Oh, exactly, Chaser. Like, most people who enjoy Gearing, myself included, play Legendary Gearing. And when you do that, you cost yourself some gun power. And in general, you don't think about it. You don't generally spend a lot of time worrying about it because most of the time you're not going to be courting gunfights. But I think that particular Hayate build that I cooked up there on the fly has got some things to like about it, right? I've got an extra smoke, so I can look for opportunities to smoke and camp and farm with the guns. The torpedoes are still excellent. They still hit like trains. And I now have 4 charges of reload booster. The reload booster itself is on a 2-minute cooldown, 2.5-minute cooldown. Hold on a minute. It's like 230 seconds. 4-minute cooldown. 210. 210, 3.5 minutes. So every 3.5 minutes, I'm going to have a TRB. The torpedoes themselves reload every 2.5. And I think, who was it in chat? I think it was Gale Rond. I think Gale Rond made a great point, is that you need to, in a Hayate, probably more than any other Japanese destroyer, you got to be looking for opportunities to stagger your launches, right? Because otherwise you're going to be kind of waiting on, you're almost dependent on the reload booster to come back up. But I think the ability to occasionally vomit out way more torpedoes than your opponents expect is really interesting. I like Hayate. I like Hayate. That's nice. What's up, Rick? Welcome in, YouTube chat. How you doing? All right. I almost want to play that boat again. Like, I don't know. I want to play that again. That was fun. Let me see. I've got some more stuff in the queue. I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one more Hayate game. I think there's something here. I want to see if I can get different matchmaking with more destroyers in it. I want to see how the ship plays with more destroyers in a game. I'm genuinely curious to see how this goes. Super. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate you being here. Have a good evening, and thanks for tuning in. The YouTube thing is going to continue. I've still got more work to do in terms of getting the stream kind of up to speed with how I want it to look and work off of YouTube, but functionally, we are, it is progressing. So we'll see how it goes. Is that okay? All right. How low will the torp reload go? It was about 110 seconds. I can build it out again. It was like 108 seconds or 110 seconds, something like that. So it's not amazing. And I'm just like, if you want a torpedo build, go play a Shimakaze.
Something to do with women, whips,
right?
and oil.
Like, just go play a Shimakaze and be done with it. There is a Trump on the other team, that is correct, and a Sherman. Now, the Sherman is something I 100% don't want to get in a gunfight with, like hard pass. You can just keep that, right? I don't think I want to go to Thunderdome. Not until I have an idea where everybody is. But I tell you what I might do. The Tromp and the Shima outspot me. The Sherman does not. That's good. But it's close. Do I pop a TRB now and try to put torpedoes into this entrance of Thunderdome? I think I might. I might do it. Let's do it. This is where having radio location would be really handy. They're not going to expect that because the reload booster is most Japanese destroyer players won't pop the reload booster right out of the gate. Sherman has SAP and HE. Trying to get up here to spot for the Zao, just to see what I can see. Okay, there's the Rhode Island. Doesn't look like there's a destroyer here. There is. That's a huge problem.
Much better.
I out-traded a Sherman early. I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, and I'm continuing to out-trade him. Yeah, you're going to have to burn a smoke there, son. There we go. All right, Sherman definitely came off way worse than I did in that exchange. And we kept them out of Thunderdome. So right now I'm taking that as a win. Sherman got the crap kicked out of him. Which means that gunfight, if I wander into it, probably won't insta-kill me, but it certainly isn't something I'm excited to try. I think I am going to make the loop now and go to Thunderdome. We know now that the Tromp and the Shima are probably not on this flank. Somebody's north of the cap. We don't know who precisely. Let's get flipped. Agreed, Gailron. It's not the sort of thing that you do a lot of, and I probably wouldn't have attempted it here. But if that had not been a Sherman, if that had been a Shima, a speed-boosted Shima, I might have had an opportunity to catch him with a torpedo going into the cap. Now, this is definitely a problem for me. I don't think I can make the cap run now. Yep. Yep, you're right. Get the hell out of here.
Right behind.
The boogeyman is real.
He's going to get one rack.
You just found him.
Do I speculatively dump the other rack? Yes, I think we do. I've got to just run. I've got to run due south and hope he doesn't peek around that island at the wrong time.
The boogeyman is real, and you just found him.
Team on the other flank's doing very well, but I'm getting left to die.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
That's going to hurt. Thanks, guys.
Another day, another disembowelment.
Hey, battleships, are you awake over there? Let's hope so. No, it was the Venezia. I knew he was coming. Clark, this is not a concealment-focused destroyer. It's a 6.1 detection. I'm in an open water gunfight with a Sherman earlier. He knows I'm here. There's no concealment. Okay, they beat the crap out of Venezia. That's something. God, what is going on? This team, you're all at sea and you still can't take it? What the hell are you doing? Come on, fellas. All right, Kyle, thanks for being here. Have a good one. This Venezia's existence is keeping me out of the middle of the map, which is really irritating. I'm also irritated they can't kill a Rhode Island who's sitting in B. Like, what are y'all doing back there, fellas?
Feel that one in the morning.
Come on.
Much better.
Why did my chat window just crap itself? That's irritating. All right, well, I'll figure it out in a minute. Well, we're going to lose this game. I have not played very well, and my team certainly has not played very well. They had a massive ship advantage at sea, a cap they have never done anything with. So go them and stuff, I guess. The Thunderer on the J line is a huge help, by the way. Like, this guy is just not useful. I don't understand why he's not up here trying to win the game. Instead, he's busy preserving his health when we're 3 ships down. So, like, I just don't see how that's useful. I still think you're going to go into the cap, so...
Time to put on the beer goggles. Can't leave my ride behind.
Well, we've caught up a couple of ships now, but I don't think it's going to matter a whole hill of beans. The Thunderer and the Conqueror are playing in the spawn area. Oh, the Conqueror has at least fought. Our Thunderer has never meaningfully engaged anything in the entire game, which feels pretty bloody awful. Hang on a minute. I gotta get rid of... I don't know why. That crapped itself. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, HMS Cowardly over here. Well, I'm gonna die to this Sherman, and I sort of don't care, because my team deserves to lose this game with the way our battleships have played. The Cowardly Thunderer is like a huge problem that should have never happened, and yet here we are. But it's fine. Let's just go end this charade. I mean, yeah, it's typical randoms. I don't really care. It's randoms. But it is irritating. Hey, look, they zeroed us out. And look, our Thunderer's still on the J line with full health. Like, give me a break. So, anyways, I think there's a lot to like about Hayate. Obviously, not my best game in the ship, but I think there's a lot to like. I mean, look at this. Like, I think I already reported the guy, but come on. Oh yeah, the Conqueror, amazing. This is why I don't play tier 10, by the way. Like, earlier when I was saying I don't like tier 10, games like that are expressly why. Because you get people who press the battle button at a tier 10 and they're a tier 10 ship and they're terrified. Terrified to actually fight. It's almost like there needs to be a confirmation button that when you, like, it's like you push battle. It needs to be able to pop up when you, do you really mean it? Will you actually fight and engage the enemy and not sit at the back of the map like a coward? If you click yes, then we'll put you in the queue. All right, let's do Rhode Island. Xanda's been very patient. I gotta find. Do I have it marked? No, it must be just American BBE thing. Yes, I realize after complaining about tier 10, I'm gonna go play tier 10, but it is a request. Chat has asked for it, and I actually do quite like Rhode Island. There's a lot to like about this boat, so we'll go do it. This will probably be my last high tier game of the night. We'll get back to ranked for a few minutes. Started a little late, so probably will run a tad longer than usual. But that's okay. Kraken, I hear what you're saying. I'm not necessarily sure I agree. I think it's tough. It's tough. Because sometimes, depending on the ship you're playing, let's say you're playing a Slava. Like, Slava's designed to sit at the back all game. When I see a Slava player hanging in the back, I'm like, oh, I get it. When I see a Montana player hanging in the back or a Yamato player, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, grow a pair of balls, you know? Let's start with the HE. And let's play the edge of the map.
So, who wants to dance?
Okay, I need to... What is a Cerberus? Some kind of British heavy thing. British? Or is it the new Australian one? Rhode Island is 356s. That is correct. New Australian. There you go. I mean, there are some carriers I can play, Clark, but just don't ask for Saipan. You could ask for Enterprise, Kaga, right? There are some good tier 8 carriers. I need to get me a Yorktown at some point so I can try the boat out. I've heard good things. Aquila's not bad. Aquila's very uncomplicated. Aquila actually is one of the more interesting tier 8 carriers because I won't call her a one-trick pony. She kind of is. But she's very simple to understand, which is nice. Sometimes you don't want to engage your brain necessarily. You just want to log in and play, and Aquila's good for that. Bully in ranked. I see that. I can see that, Striker. I think Colossus and Aquila in ranked can be bullies because of their snipe ability, right? If the opposing carrier picks the wrong ship, you'll just annihilate. You'll just wipe them out. You're like, I just slapped you off the board. I've heard good things about Essex, Cab. I have not played any in that new branch, but Independence. And I should have like spent some doubloons or whatever to finish unlocking the early access Yorktown, but I was lazy and didn't log in and forgot. So whatever. I'll spend the free XP later. I have plenty of it. Oh, I forgot I had radar. I should probably play a little closer to the cap then. I have 9.5 kilometer radar? 9 kilometer radar. 9 kilometer radar. Okay. Yeah, Hedman, he's been really enjoying that. He has been very, very much enjoying that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they have 8 ships south of A. So let's push. Minotaur has no idea that I'm here. Keep reversing, son. Keep reversing. Keep reversing. How did he live through that? He just took 47,500 points of damage. Oh, no. This little Minotaur's like, I will smoke. No, sir. That will not save you.
Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
That will not save you, my friend.
Can't leave my ride behind.
Ugh, the gearing is here. Give me a break.
Suck it down.
Woo! Yahtzee.
Shot, you died.
Come on, Cerberus. There we go. Thank you, Seal. You're the man.
Got him!
There we go.
Come get some.
think the Iowa's going to be dead before my guns reload. Swap to the HE. If we can keep the gearing lit, we can have some fun with him.
I lied.
Although I think I should probably... No, the Iowa's going out. Shells inbound. How did we do? That accuracy. Love it. I love all of it. All right, let's get flipped.
Oh, and it got such good gas mileage. Damn. Desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
Yeah, back to the HE for me. No, I have other battleships I enjoy. This, at tier 10, though, this one right now is definitely a current favorite, unquestionably. She is just that much fun. I mean, she hits what she aims at. Not many battleships can say that. See? Look at that. Like, double fire on this guy. I love all of this. Between me and the Cerberus, we're having fun with this dude. I think I might still be a little behind him. We'll see how those land. He's turning out of them. Or he's trying to turn out of them. Okay, he took a few more. I need to probably lead him. Okay, is he going to turn? What's he doing here? Turning back? What are we doing? Let's just try that. I don't really know what I'm getting at here. I'm probably going to get... Yeah, there's the smoke. I was like, I'm probably going to get a destroyer coming up my stern here in a little bit. Or coming off my port side here in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, look who has wandered into range. Oh, I overlet him. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm not going to land near as many of those as I should have. That feels bad. All right, keep him lit. Keep him lit. We got this. We got this. Come on. It's the last salvo I'm going to get for a bit, so let's get moving. Oh, I still overlet him. Man. That sucked. That's okay. I love these guns. I never would have thought I'd enjoy 14-inch guns at this tier, but they're really, really good guns. All right, let's go find a cruiser and make it dead. Ooh, I might get another shot on the Nakhimov. Hold on. I wasn't expecting this. Let's see what we get here. Hold a moment. Guns traversing. Actually, the guns are in the right place. I got to get around the island first. He's angling away. Moving faster than I gave him credit for? No? I think I let him just about right that time. Oh, yeah! Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like you've fallen apart.
Got him!
Let God sort him out.
Let's go murder a Sevastopol.
Right behind.
Yeah, the problem is that Florida is not this because Florida has none of these advantages, right? Florida can't hit what it aims at. That's the problem with Florida. Whereas Rhode Island is like, oh, look, I see where I'm going. I see where I want to shoot. I fired the guns. The shells went where I aimed them. Yay. Florida has none of these problems. It is actually legitimately irritating to play a Florida for that very reason. All right, Sevastopol, I don't know what you're doing. I'm kind of hoping you're showing me... No, that's fine. I'm going to get hurt here, but... No, he dropped the whole salvo in the water. Come on, turn. Or don't. That's fine.
Should I just go ram this guy? Think I can make this turn? Actually, let's get the AP back. I might have a shot on him as he comes through the gap here. He's trying to make the turn. Come on. Come on. Well, solid hit. Not the hit we were looking for, but solid. Now I should probably load the AP. Yeah, I mean HE. HE in the barrel for the poison. Oh, now we have no eyes on him. Feels bad. This poison looks like the Conqueror, the Thunderer player I had in the last game. Game's like way down to the end, and he's just chilling on the J line like he's got nothing better to do. Like, seriously? What are you doing back here? I should get at least one fire out of that. There we go. Love it. Want to go see if I can handle a brawl? Let's go brawl a poison. I got nothing better to do. Let's go brawl a poison. Okay, I'm looking for the forward superstructure fire, and then I'll swap to the AP. Okay, apparently I've already swapped to the AP. Thanks, game. Somebody beat me to the forward superstructure fire. Feels bad. Let's see what I can get out of full pins here. Might be a little behind him there. Yeah, a little behind him. Whoa, solid full pins, though. We like all of that.
Oh, and it got
Yeah,
such good
I
gas
love German battleships for this reason. Come on, fires. Do your jobs. Do your jobs. No, 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 don't murder me. I didn't say you could murder me. Excellent. It was a Minotaur, Cap. Yeah, it was a Minotaur. He, Oh, wait, the gearing is literally right in front of me. I literally just saw the smoke and was like, wait a minute. The gearing is right here. Why am I not using my abilities? Hey, dummy. Woo! That guy just got wrecked. Confederate right at the end. There we go. So yeah, guys, if you don't own a Rhode Island and you enjoy like Battleship and Cruiser, this boat is amazing. Like, there's just so much to like about these guns. I cannot recommend them enough. Yeah, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? So, yeah, Minotaur, a cool 5 citadels, and he still lived through it because Minotaur. Ugh. Mr. October, Illinois, same kind of thing, right? So I'm with you there. Illinois, same kind of thing. Yeah, I completely blanked on the gearing until I was sailing. I was like, wait a minute, why is there smoke in front of me? The fucking gearing is here. I need to go kill him. Like, it took my brain way too long to process that. All right, good way to be done with tier 10 games for the night. So we're gonna not play any more tier 10. What I'll do is we'll go back and we'll play a few more games of ranked. I'll take some more of these requests. I got a Spey game in the queue. I've got Dallas in the queue. And Leipzig. I'll probably start with the Leipzig. Just because that's the boat that I am least familiar with. And that way I have the most time to dedicate to it in case I want to have a look at, maybe change something. I played one game in it a while ago and didn't get a whole lot out of it. I feel like the enemy team died super quickly or something. I don't remember what happened. It was like, okay. All right, so Leipzig wants to be a Nuremberg. I mean, physically, she is a Nuremberg. She gets defensive fire. She gets defensive fire with fairly weak AA. So the AA is not very exciting. She has 10-kilometer torpedoes. 4 triples. So 2 triples on each side with 10-kilometer torps on 8.7 concealment. The concealment is amazing. If you're used to playing a Nuremberg, its concealment, a full stealth rig Nuremberg is like, what, 11 and change? 11 flat. 11 flat. So in order to make this ship viable, not only does she have hydro and defensive fire, they had to nerf the gun reload, and they did, right? The gun reload is not 6 seconds, it's 7.9. The good news is you probably, I mean, I built this thing for torpedoes a little bit, for torpedo speed. Looks like these torpedoes are kind of slow. Yeah, so 65 knots is not bad, so we brought that up a little bit. And then because she's a light, one of those rare light cruisers that has the aerial depth charges, I took that in slot 4 because the other options didn't seem very amazing to me. And then the extra hydro. So she's got a great consumable load, especially if you're looking for a ship in ranked. And then the torpedoes, I mean, you know, maybe there's some punch there, maybe not. I did take this skill, which for the torpedo damage, it's debatable. I mean, I built this thing literally as a torpedo cruiser. So, I mean, arguable, right? But that's what I've done. So, let's quick check of the flags. All the fire and flood. Yep. This is all fine. Okay, perfect. And a quick check on... I love her camo. What? It's weird. That camo looks like she's, like, naked. I think I'll stick with the white. I like the white better. And then, yep, flags. Brilliant. Okay. All right, Leipzig. This is for Badger Milk. And we'll give it a go in ranked here and see how she does. Somewhat, Grant. The Japanese light cruisers are very much torpedo cruisers first and gun cruisers second. The German guns are good enough that I don't think you can make that claim here. But Leipzig is designed to lean into the torpedoes with her detection and the length and the 10-kilometer torps. Like, she wants to do all the things. Now, what I want to do in this instance is marry this Farragut and stick on his hip. That's what I want to do. What will I do? That's a really good question. I'm fairly stealthy, which for this map is noteworthy. I think what I'm going to do is remember earlier when I played Fubuki on this map and I spawned in almost the exact position? I ran up and vomited my long-range torps out into the A-cap. I'm going to do the same thing again. The interesting thing is that this time they don't have a carrier to spot me. Icarus is going to go with me. It seems. I like this. I'm gonna roll literally straight up the 3 line, dump my starboard torpedoes, then flip around and run south and fire the port ones back over my shoulder as I run south. Now, if they continue to push this way, I could even go as far as backing off to the 1 line and using this island over here as cover, like where I fire over things. But we'll see if it comes to that. One other thing about Leipzig versus Nuremberg. Nuremberg's range is 16.5 kilometers. Leipzig's is 13.5. So your guns are slower. They reload slower. The shell velocity is all the same. It's the same shell, same ballistics. But they reload slower, and they have 3 kilometers less range. In exchange, you are way stealthier, and you get 10-kilometer torpedoes. And the torpedo angles, as you can see, are excellent. Like, they are amazing. Okay, I'm going to... I don't want to go too much further. Got a whole bunch of people coming up this flank with me. Now, the Icarus is not in a position where he can see much for me yet. I'm going to back off just a hair. I'm going to put 2 racks into the cap, like so. They'll go behind the Icarus, and we'll see what we can see. Maybe he'll pick somebody up for me. Okay, there's nobody out here. Quite literally nobody out here. Okay, we're going to load the AP for the Ramat. See if he'll give me the shot that I want. Looks like the answer is going to be no. No, I still got some pens there. The Ramad is in a really bad position. Of course, so is our Cachalot. The whole team has come up the 4 line, which I wouldn't have predicted, but here we are. The Icarus is backed off, which is good. That's what he needed to do. I'm going to put the AP in the barrel in the hopes that their Ramat comes out here and shows me the shot that I want. Monahan's gotten his face kicked in. Fubuki is backed off. Y'all need to kill the Monahan while you can see him. Ramat just ate a torp or something. Okay, good. Monahan bought it. More torps. What is this Ramat? What is this enemy Ramat doing? His smoke's going to be out soon. We ought to be able to see him, hopefully. He's still in there. Oh, he's going to take all the torpedoes. Look at that. Nice. Well done. All right, 2 quick kills. Things feel pretty good. I'm going to keep moving north. We'll know if the Fubuki's out here in a moment, but I think the Fubuki has also turned south and headed towards the B cap. Our Cachalot is probably screwed. He's underneath like half their team. That's Monahan smoke across my bow. Yeah, I know he's there, but I'm not lit, so wherever he's at, I'm not spotted. Okay, there he is. So he's trying to run... Okay. He's chosen a bit of an awkward position from there. He could turn south, or he could go behind the island where his teammates are, which would be the smart thing to do. Spot that Nuremberg again for me, would you? I want to go have some fun with him. What did he do? I can't tell what he did.
Coochie, coochie.
If I lead this Nuremberg right, he's in trouble. Still can't seem to get the citadels I'm looking for. But they can't spot me right now, so I'll take it. That's a huge problem. Oh, just like I drew it up, ladies and gentlemen. Just like I drew it up. Oh, come on!
He's gonna fuck up my hair.
All right. Fine, we're going to sit here. I'm going to say, murder the Fubuki while I murder this team.
Better.
Well, these guys are 4 ships down, so they're really hosed. They seem to know it. Oh, we just murdered these poor guys. Not a flawless victory, but certainly a good one. I mean, we haven't won yet, but I'd say it's going to be pretty hard for them to come back. It's going to be tough. It could happen. I could still screw up and get murdered right here. Depends on the Weevy's reload and everything, and where he's looking with his guns. Yeah, he's dead. All right, let's go sub-hunting. HE in the barrel. Let's go murder a submarine. Should be fun. You know, it's funny, Alu. We were talking when we were last weekend. We were in Fredericksburg with Zath and his wife, We went and spent a good chunk of the day at the National Museum of the Pacific War. And a non-zero amount of times during the course of the war in the Pacific, the American commander made a radio call. The radio call was, "The issue is in doubt." You see that in several different places throughout the museum. The issue is in doubt. Basically like, hey, Japanese are putting up a hell of a fight. We don't know that we're going to win. Is that U-69 on the surface? Is he going to eat torpedoes? I just watched a U-69 get torpedoed by a destroyer. Sub is a Bronze League hero. You're right. Which question on YouTube, Xanda? You're talking about the one about Thunderer? I mean, there's a lot of ways you can play Thunderer, but I know that when you're getting your teeth kicked in, playing it from the back of the map is not going to do anything for you. It certainly didn't help that particular guy's XP. We didn't get a win, and he didn't have a very good game. It's one thing if playing on the back gets you some kind of, like a Slava, gets you some kind of advantage, whereby, you get more damage. You have a great game, maybe the team doesn't win. Well, it's all right. The ship is designed to be back there. Thunderer is soft, yes, but in limited engagements, she's absolutely capable of pushing. She's a bully. Can she bully a cruiser? 100%. 100%. Do you take a Thunderer up against a Venezia? Well, yeah, I would. Right? Oh, no, the SAP is going to full pin me. I don't give a crap. Right? I'll just heal it all away. I have massive heals in this thing. Oh, no, the Freddie Sherman, Forrest Sherman guns are going to full pin me. Who cares? It's a Thunderer. You're just going to heal it all back anyway. What do you care? And it's not like you were the only ship on that flank, right? He had me, a Montana, except he's playing 10 kilometers behind the Montana and 15 kilometers behind me. No. Now, if there's two battleships in front of you and a Thunderer, well, yeah, you play back. You kite. You bide your time. You burn them down. You weaken them. You thin them out. If it's a cruiser and a weak like Garbo torpedo, like Sherman is not a torpedo destroyer. I'll push those guys. Absolutely. Why not? Okay. Leipzig. The torpedoes were obviously not very impactful that game, but you can see like Nuremberg. The Nuremberg hull is great in this format. So if you end up playing Nuremberg or Leipzig, you can't really go wrong. Did Zath get stuffed with German food? We only ate German food once. Let me back that up. We only went to a German restaurant once, and Zath had quesadillas. Oh, exactly, Striker. Like, that's my point. If you're on a flank where that can happen, it'll do it, right? All right, Clark. Well, thanks for being here, my friend. So on our way to town on Sunday morning, we went to the old German bakery. We contemplated doing German food on Saturday night. What did we end up doing on Saturday night? We talked about the Auslander. We ended up at Hondo's because Hondo's is really good. But we talked about the Auslander. We talked ourselves out of it. Instead, on Sunday morning, we got up and we went to the old German bakery for breakfast. And it was cold. A front had come through overnight, and so it was quite chilly. And we had to wait outside for a few minutes for a table. We got in, and then we were sitting like right by the door. Oh, brr, it was chilly. And then Zath ordered quesadillas. It was like, wait, you went to the German place and ordered quesadillas? Man. But it was good. I assume so, Hetman. I had a German pancake. We did not buy pastries. We considered it, but the line was quite long by the time we left. And of course, the pastry cabinet at the old German bakery is amazing. Like, you walk in there and your mouth you just salivate. You're just like, oh my God, it's so awesome. I know, Gaelrond, I know. That's okay. I'm not gonna mock the man. He doesn't get a lot of Tex-Mex where he lives either, so it's okay. When we went to Hondo's on Saturday night, he and I had what they call their fajita ladas. So they basically take like a cheese enchilada and bake it into a pan and then drown it in the red sauce and then put fajita meat on top of it. It's delicious. It's so good. Because it's like fajita meat with cheese enchilada underneath it, drowning in red sauce. Oh, it's so good. So Garand on, I want to say on that Sunday morning, it was probably maybe mid to low 40s, and the wind was blowing, right? It was 15, 20 miles an hour. The wind chill had to have been right around freezing or right below. It was pretty chilly to be outside in the wind. So, I mean, they're from Chicago. They're used to it. We're from the Gulf Coast. We're not. You live in Seattle, Xanda. Come on. No, you got to do better than that. Okay, I've got 2 requests left. It's Dalish and Spey. I will play Spey. I do not expect great things of Spey in this format. Spey is a survivor, but she's not a reliable damage dealer in this format. Not in my opinion. Looks like we've gone for survivability and hydro. That's fine. Aerial depth charges out to 6. That's fine, even though they're weak. Outnumbered. Why would I do that? I think top grade gunner is probably the better way to go on this boat. Yeah. Let's do top grade gunner. I'm going to rebuild this ship real fast. I don't know why I would have done that. Makes no sense. That build is just weird. Okay, so let's go. First of all, let's fix this real fast. No. You, and you. Okay, now. What's up, CJ? How you doing? All right, we want turret traverse, I think. Yes. And then I like a little bit of extra flak with my flak. I want the extra consumables most of the time. We want to go adrenaline rush. We want concealment as best we can. I like the idea of top grade gunner, not outnumbered. Thank you kindly. And then that leaves me 2 points. Do I do? I don't think torpedo reload. I don't think this. I don't think priority target necessarily. Gun feeder is probably a good one. This boat's going to want to play like a heavy cruiser. If I do what? Gun feeder and maybe what? Gun feeder and then bank a point for now. Let's do that. Oh, that's not the gun feeder, you dummy. That's gun feeder. There we go. Okay, let's do that. I like that build better. I don't think I need the heavy AP on this ship. I think that's a bit of an overkill. Okay, yep, fine. This is all fine. I want to burn less. The flood I'm just going to put out if it happens. Okay. And then, yes. I kind of like that camo. That's kind of fun, but it's pricey. Yeah, I'm not spending 3,000 doubloons on that. Now, this is her war paint. I do like the war paint. I'll go with the war paint. I like the war paint. That's pretty. Okay, I think then we are ready for Spey for Mr. October, who's been very patient. Singler, I answered the question just a minute ago. I can go over it again if you like. But in my mind, in that instant, Thunder is one of those situational battleships. You have to gauge the flank you're on and the enemies you're up against. In the early side of that map, there were 2 opposing battleships. There was Rhode Island and Yamato, and they both ran away. So then we had a Montana and a Thunderer. The Montana had taken up a position kind of south of Thunderdome, where guns were looking back over to the edge of the map. But the Thunderer is still playing on the J line. Like, what are you doing? It's just it's a Sherman and a Venezia. Why are you afraid of them? Right? They're not serious threats to you. Certainly not the Venezia. The Sherman maybe a little bit just because of his rate of fire, but like probably not. Okay, what are we on? Archipelago. 2 cruisers to shoot at. I love all of this. And some battleships. All right, we're going to play the northern flank for a bit. I'm going to push up the 9 line and then probably angle and probably going to move right up the 9 line and then kind of turn in here and go behind this island and then play the 10 line for a bit as we have a look at how the enemy has deployed. Hopefully this Icarus will go with me. If not, I'm going to end up kiting on this flank because I have no one to spot for me. 6 guns, Al-Anon, correct. Triple forward, triple aft. So what I was saying earlier, Singler, was like if the Yamato and the Rhode Island hang around, then the Thunder playing back makes sense. He's squishy. right? He can't take sustained fire from those. Well, the Rhode Island, probably firing HE at that range, he can sustain the fires. But the Yamato can Citadel him, right? That's a real threat you have to respect. So yeah, you play smart. But when the two ships in front of you are a gunboat destroyer and a Venezia, you're not afraid of those guys in a Thunderer. What's going on back here, fellas? You guys all asleep? Let's go. I remember that season, Mr. October. I did not play in much of it. It was a Hoangme, Perth, and Spey Fest. That I remember. Okay, I am lit by somebody. Okay, so there's a destroyer up here in smoke. So the gate is up here in smoke. I'm not even sure how many of those are going to get over the island. Not many. Feels bad, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to turn out now. However,
Yeah, this should help.
and in the end, he's going to land exactly 0 torpedoes. Kind of a waste, huh? Oh, yeah!
Pussy.
Well, Duke has an opinion on the matter, doesn't he? Oh, I think I just killed this guy. Please die. Oh, are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. How did he live through that? Okay, well, he didn't live through that, so I'll take it. All right, so their whole team is up here, so I'm gonna be kiting for a while.
Suck it down.
Yep.
You've got a lot of guns. Let's see what they look.
Y'all should really murder this guy.
I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Really? Monahan, you're bold, aren't you? You're gonna take your little 2 pop guns and get into a gunfight with me? Okay. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, but that feels pretty bold, sir. I am a hydro cruiser, you know.
Oh yeah, and it bleeds. I can kill it.
Really? Thanks, German dispersion.
Coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie.
There we go. Oh, I overshot him. Feels bad.
Magic 8-Ball says, you died.
Thank you for sailing out in front of my torpedoes. I appreciate you. Appreciate you dying for me. Thank you.
Well, at least he got an ending. Coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie.
Sir, I have my hydro up. I seriously don't understand how you think that's going to go, how that's going to work for you. I think I'm going to take one of these, unfortunately. Yep, that's fine. I did my job. If only the team would murder this Monahan. I think they're finally going to get him here. I mean, the Monahan and the New Mexico are easy kills at this stage. Yeah, Wayne, everybody was like, the sea was like, you know, the old game, the floor is lava, sea was lava. Sea was lava this game, but it's fine. I killed the Issei. We kited them for a while. We beat the crap out of the Monahan. The New Mexico's going to die. They should be able to clean this up. It'd be better if this Novo didn't show his entire broadside. Oh my god, look at this. He's about to get wiped out. Maybe the team will save him. Maybe the team will save him from his silliness right here. If you let this New Mexico have this shot and get to another heal. Okay, he got his turn off. Alright, he got beat up, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and the New Mexico's going to go out right here. You're welcome, Mr. October. Spey's not a bad boat. She just, for me, she lacks the tools that I typically want out of a cruiser in a game like this, right? Like, this is the target that I want to shoot at. But instead, this Pensacola player was irritatingly competent. He played way behind everybody else, and I never got the chance. And then I had to run away, right? Oh, good job, Renown. What are you doing? Come on. Well, they should be able to clean this up. All right, that just leaves with Dallas. So we'll do one last game of the night, and then we'll call it. I hate broadside Russian battleships. Like, at this tier, their armor schemes are so stupid. Have a good one, Mr. October. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry it took so long to get your game in. Well, Wayne, when I fired the torpedoes, I wasn't sure what he was going to do, but I knew if he wanted to move forward again, he was going to have to work. He was going to have to come out and play, right? Okay, here's the salvo from the Novo. Come on. Come on. There it was. There it was. And I also knew what he was trying to do, right? The second time he dropped me, he's using the torpedoes to force me to turn in to give him the angle that he wants for the shot he wants. And so as I started to turn, I realized, okay, I'm going to have to eat a couple of these so that I can come back to starboard to not give him the angle that he wants.
for as long as he wants it. So that's one of the reasons I could have continued to turn and not taken torpedoes on that second drop. But if I had done that, chances are he would have just wiped me out with his next salvo. I had to turn back towards him and eat some of the torpedoes in order to not take the battleship shells. Because that's the thing. Issei's torpedoes individually, they don't hit that hard. Right? I took 2 torpedoes from that guy. Hold on, let's look at this. I took 2 torpedoes from that guy. 9K? That can't be right. Oh, that's damage 2. I'm sorry. Here. 2 torpedoes, less than 4,000 damage. Issei's torpedoes, if you take 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, they're not that catastrophic unless you're like a destroyer. And in a Spey where I have a heal and 30,000 hit points to play with, I don't mind taking a couple. I mind the big 14-inch battleship shells that are about to murder me. So I have to judge that turn and be like, okay, take as few of these as I can and then get back to starboard to show him more of my armor. Get the armor angled back in. Okay. Dallas. Last game of the night for Adeldrell, who may or may not still be here. I don't know. Quick check. Should be good. This is all fine. Let's not explode. Do I really care about this? Do I have... I finally have non-roll-off depth charges. Then yes, airstrike mod, please. Turret traverse, yes. Excellent. Well, Adeldrell, I'm sorry you had to wait so long for this game, but we'll make it happen. Now, Black Hole makes a good point about Spey, right? Her rate of fire hurts her in close passes with other cruisers because her armor scheme is not designed... Like, at close enough range, a light cruiser will reliably citadel that thing. Her armor scheme is not anything to get excited about, right? Okay, this is not a bad matchmaking. Arizona Friedrich Repulse. We've got Planes to Murder, which I'm a big fan of. Farragut and Nevny. Okay, what I want to do probably, if I can, is marry myself to the Farragut's hip. Wherever he goes, that's where I want to be, more than likely.
Welcome.
Halfling with a follow. Thank you much. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Yeah.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
All right, Mr. Farragut. I'm following you, buddy. What are we doing? I'm going to stick on your hip. That is my plan. Are you going to B? Are you going to A? What are we doing? Wake up, Nevny. Sir, I haven't touched my rudder in a bit. Okay, looks like we're going to A. I can live with that. A it is.
This should help.
The fighters, they murdered you. You fell from the sky and accomplished nothing. Congratulations. So their Farragut is very, very ballsy. Let's see if he continues firing or not. He was headed to the... So he's right in
He's actually... I'm not going to get resets, probably. He's... Already... He hit already... He's like right in here. Yeah, I hit him too late. Okay. Alright, time to probably go ahead and get flipped here. Or put the guns to port. They're going to have a Friedrich. What is this repulse going to do? That's the question I have. Nevny is spotted. How is the Nevny spotted? Oh, the planes.
Power on. Now it's time to kick some ass.
Repulse is trying to get shots. Our fair gets dumb, so that hurts. I mean, our Nevny is dumb, so that hurts.
After a few days of R&R, I'll be ready for more action.
Okay, so...
This is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, hey, what's up? Alright, well, I am caught out here in the middle with a Farragut, so it's time to go murder this guy. His torpedoes are offline anyway, so let's go end him.
It's a nice day to die. For you, that is. Who's your daddy now? You want fries with that?
Friedrich is just salivating at the chance to murder me. If he doesn't get his salvo off before he goes behind the island, yeah, that's a problem. Hold on. Oh, yeah! Oh, he still got the reset. But... how am I still spotted? Oh, planes or something, probably. Hold on.
Power on. Now it's time to kick some ass.
Oh, your planes! They didn't make it. I'm so sad. Alright. Friedrich is trying to reverse. Let's see what we can do here. Somehow I'm still alive, which is genuinely shocking.
Suck it down.
Oh, no, 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 no. I screwed that up. Come on. Oh, I suck at conning my ship. Okay, the good news is if I sit here and don't fire, I might be able to get out of here. Let's see. Come on, get the rudder center line. Let's go. Come on. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sit here for a minute. Ooh, that might be a bad idea. Let's keep moving. Let's not sit. Let's keep moving. There we go. Okay, let's go try and clean up our backfield. The Leipzig is still alive, which irritates me greatly. I wish to murder him. Am I able to murder him? I don't know. I'm going to try to murder him, because this irritates me mightily. that he exists. He should not exist. Come on, Shells. Ooh, come on, Shells. Am I got him? I got him? I got him? Yes! Burn down, burn down. Burn down, you son of a bitch. He's burning. I might get him. Yeah! All right. There we go. There we go.
Now you're dead.
Okay, now I am not lit, which tells me the Igla has backed off somewhere, wherever he's at. Or seems to have, anyway. The Bayern is lit. I bet the Igla is hunting our carrier. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Is that a Ching? There's Ching. How you doing, my friend? Let's get into this cap. Yep, there's the Igla. Called it.
I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch.
So the Igla has chosen to lose the game rather than win the game. But I suppose that's his idea. That's his choice. Yeah, nevermore. Whenever I see a destroyer do something stupid like that, I just smile and say thank you because it makes winning the game that much easier. He literally sailed all the way around the edge of the map. He's going to probably kill our carrier and then lose the game. And killing the carrier, I'm betting, is not going to be enough to get him any the star saving thing that he's looking for. That's my guess, anyway. I'm going to try and go help him out here. He's trying to save his skin here, right? He's using the islands as best he can to get away from this guy. So he's doing the right thing. I just don't know that it's going to matter a whole lot by the time everything is said and done. Shell's so slow, so floaty. The Igla's refuse. I was saying he's just now using his guns too, which is just hilarious to me. Like, sir, you should have been doing that a long time ago. You're not even going to get the cap. I won't allow it. You've come all this way to kill the carrier, and you're not even going to be able to pull that off. Oh, we're going to win the game before I have the chance to murder the Igla. Very sad. Yeah, I know, Night Owl. They get the red haze, right? They get the red haze that says, oh, we're going to murder the carrier. And I'm like, okay, good luck with that. All right, we at least made rank 5 tonight. So that was a night well spent. That was a night well spent, guys. We had enough wins to get to rank 5. We got to discover new Hayate, which I really like. Yeah, this was a good night. This was good. This was good stuff, guys. This was good stuff. Listen, guys, I appreciate you being here.
It's been a couple of weeks. Thanks for tuning back in. Good stuff. We're going to be back on a regular schedule now. Now, Monday night may not be Civilization. I don't know yet. There will be a stream on Monday night. Let me get back to you on what it's going to be, but there will be a stream on Monday night. I might do more than that next week, but I might not. I need to figure out. Addledrell HLL is a possibility. I've really been wanting to do some World of Warcraft. Earlier we had Angelo in chat. Guys, if you enjoy HLL, I'm going to do a quick shout out here. Angelo, I got to spell it right. Did I get that right? No, I didn't. Okay, let me get the spelling right. But listen, if you enjoy Hell Let Loose and you don't follow Angelo, I would highly encourage you to throw him a follow. Angelo streams HLL almost exclusively. He does a few other things, but he's very, very big into HLL, and he's a ton of fun, very knowledgeable, really awesome guy. He came by. There we go. I gotta put the underscore in it. He came by asking about Skull and Bones. And that is probably something that I'm going to give a go. Oh, hang on. Let's do this. There we go. Somebody beat me to it. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out, Angelo. But listen, definitely, if you're interested in HLL, throw Angelo a follow. He came by asking about Skull and Bones. I've got an email in my inbox I've got to reply to that they'll send me a game key for Skull and Bones and some other ones to give away. So I need to give that a shot. I'll probably try that a little bit off stream, and if I decide I like it, then I'll bring it to the stream. So we'll see how it goes. But definitely gonna be back on Monday doing something. So I hope you'll come by and tune in. In the meantime, if you're on YouTube, things will be winding up shortly. If you are on Twitch, I gotta find somebody to raid. So give me a moment. I need to go find somebody to raid. Oh, a couple of things in the future, in the not too distant future. I think on March the 9th, over on Clyde's channel. If there's still a mod around, do me a favor. Give me a quick shout out for Clyde Plays Live. All run together. Over on Clyde's channel, he's going to be doing the second annual Golden Barnacles. Clyde puts together an award show every year as a part of his content to award, best new premium cruiser, best new tech tree line, all this kind of stuff. And he does a great job of it. The presentation is a lot of fun. It's not taken too seriously. It's a lot of fun. So definitely throw Clyde a follow and mark your calendars for the 9th of March. Unfortunately for me, I will not be around that day to watch the stream. That particular day, I'm going to be at CarrierCon in San Francisco. So if you happen to live on the West Coast and you live in the Bay Area, or you want to come down to the Bay Area, I'm going to be at CarrierCon aboard USS Hornet on Saturday, March the 9th. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I just know that I'm going out there. I was a guest last year. We did a panel. It was a lot of fun. I was there with Sea Lord Mountbatten, who's an awesome guy. Hopefully, there'll be other people there. We'll do some cool panel thing. I don't know what, but I'm going to be there. That's what I know. And the Warships guys out of Austin are going to be there. We had dinner with Askance and Gaishu on last Friday night when we passed through Austin, and they were mentioning that they were going to be there. So there's going to be some kind of World of Warship-y thing going on at CarrierCon. So if you live around San Francisco and you want to come on out, I would encourage you to do so. They are Hornet puts on a good event, and frankly, they need your support. One of the things I learned about Hornet is that, they're kind of the forgotten stepchild of museum ships on that coast, and so it's a little difficult sometimes for them to get traction. So yeah, that can be difficult. So if you have not been over there to visit Hornet, that would be a good opportunity. All right, let's see who we're gonna raid. I'm looking around. I think I raided Clyde last week. You know what? I haven't raided Sea Donkey in a while. I don't raid Sea Donkey. I'll do that. Just don't let Bogsy touch Hornets. Oh, there must be a story there, huh? Did I spell it right? I think I spelled it right. Did I spell it right? There it is. Awesome. Okay, guys. Raid is in. I will ask Bogsy. I will absolutely do that, Xanda. Go check out Sea Donkey if you enjoy the content over there. Throw him a follow. Either way, give him a hashtag CleverGirl for me, guys, and I will see you on Monday night or YouTube in the interim. Y'all, take care. Peace. I'll catch you later.